Hey everybody and welcome along to the Traction channel. How are you all getting on? I can already see Jan's here, Thierry's here. How are you guys doing? We've got Igor here as well. What are you all up to this Friday other than joining me for a little bit more nostalgia on the original Project Cars? Basically, you may or may not have noticed a couple of weeks ago I was streaming the original Project Cars. Some of you I'm sure would have been watching that stream, basically seeing how well this game has aged in the decade since it actually launched, because it is a fantastic game. Just make sure that my mic's actually unmuted. It is a brilliant... well, I say it's a brilliant game. It's a very, very solid platform and a good base for what would become a very strong game in Project Cars 2. There's obviously a whole other discussion to be had about how great the Project Cars games are, where they went and got things right and where they went a little bit wrong. But either way, I thoroughly enjoyed playing this game again for the first time in 10 years, and I thought, you know what? I was enjoying my Clio Cup campaign. We didn't quite win it, so I thought, let's actually continue this. Let me try and reclaim that championship, or actually win it the second time around, and see, you know, where the game takes us on our career mode. So it should be good fun. But yeah, I hope you're all doing well. We're going to fire straight in with this, because we've already been through the... You know, if you joined me a couple of weeks ago when we played this game, we've been through the whole, you know, the menus, how the game looks, how the game sounds and feels again. So we're just going to get into some racing and just really try and enjoy it and have some fun. I'm going to try and win this championship. Hey Ken, how are you getting on? Happy Friday to you too. Now, I'm pretty sure... So we've re-signed for Rockford Rennsport, I'm pretty sure, for the second season of Clio's, if memory serves me correctly. We've got some chat on the right-hand side, the fan chat, which is essentially social media. We've got Kitty Ring saying, "Lol, start of the season, people already saying John Monroe is the champion, is the champ. Hashtag no chance." Ooh, we'll have to see about that. But here we go. Renault Clio Cup, round 1, Donington Park, 5 rounds once again. This time though, we are actually going to do some qualifying for the rounds to try and win the championship, because last time I started from last for all the races, and that's kind of where we lost out. So we're going to keep it to very short races, 100% difficulty, no restarts, but we're going to enter qualifying and just do a couple of qualifying laps. Hey CG, how's it going? Oh, what's on at the Glen this weekend? Is it Sprint Cup this weekend? I think it is. I keep saying Sprint Cup, I don't mean Sprint Cup, I live in 2012 honestly. The Cup Series, right? The Cup Series racing at Watkins, am I right? Right, let's get out and do some qualifying. The way this format works is, for the Clio Cup Championship, you get 10 minutes of qualifying, as let's not plough into Martin Plowman. Oh, we've ploughed into Plowman. This is a bit trippy. Hello? That was uncomfortable. Deeply uncomfortable. So yeah, there's a 10-minute qualifying session. Your fastest lap sets the grid for the first race, which is the kind of sprint race. And your second fastest lap in the session sets the grid for the feature race, right? So we just need to basically do an out lap and 2 qualifying laps. That's going to be my rules to keep it reasonably quick. And it's 2 races per round, so a total of 10 races. And I'm going to try and win this Clio Championship once again. Thierry, it's entirely up to you. If you want to be my crew chief again, you can be my crew chief. If you want to sit back and enjoy and relax and don't have to worry about it, you don't have to worry about it. It's entirely up to you. Right, out lap at Donington. To be honest, Donington last time we were pretty competitive. I seem to remember I did qualify, but I ended up kind of waiting until we were kind of overtaken by folk for the second race, and then raced through, but we didn't wait till we were absolutely dead last, so we are going to try and take this semi-seriously. Get back in the zone, because I've not obviously played this game since we did that stream a few weeks ago, so I'm going to try and get my head back into Project Cars zone in terms of the way we actually drive. So yeah, what's on at the Glen this weekend? So it's obviously the NASCAR Cup Series, and I guess Xfinity are there as well, right? What support categories are there? Because I don't actually know. I would absolutely love to go to a Cup weekend at one point. I'd love to go to Watkins Glen. It's just an amazing track. First lap's not been super quick, but Hopefully it puts us somewhere. That's not so bad, running a little bit wide. Do the wall of death around the outside of Coppice. Is it Coppice? Can't remember. Is it worth getting in 2025? Well, the original Project Cars, I don't think you can. And also, I mean, that is basically the series that we've been doing, right? So is any game worth it in 2025? We've actually been really enjoying doing that video format, looking at kind of current games that aren't brand new anymore, but just seeing whether they're still worth the money and still hold their value well in 2025. But sadly with Project Cars you can't really do it because, well, the game's been delisted. That's terrible through the first corner on lap 2. I did get some setup advice that made the car a little bit better last time we streamed this for the final race, but I can't quite remember what it was. I think we're going to hopefully be starting from the front for both races here at Donington. Try and do what we did last season in the Clios, which is just get off to a good championship start. Makes it easier for the rest of the season. I guess the question is Project Cars worth playing in 2025? And honestly, it is just for the nostalgia. Like, it is to remind yourself of what it felt like. But, you know, I really enjoyed my little career playthrough last time. We only did one season, but I remember the Clios being fun, and I really enjoyed going back to it. The question is, does that last when you get further down the line? So obviously, if we progress from Clios, there's going to be other championships that we're offered contracts for, and we just have to see whether or not it's still enjoyable when you get into those series. Hey, Tom. Good to see you again. There we go. Right, we've done 2 laps, so we're going to return to the pit box. We're on pole by like a second. I think Donington were just stronger than the AI, to be honest. We'll just fast forward through the time. Wow, time's 60. That's unbelievably fast. No one's getting close. 17.9 for Sebastian. Oliver gets up to P2 with a 17.3. So actually, Oliver got within a 10th in the end. But we are on pole position, heading into race 1. Yeah, the force feedback. No, it's pretty good. I did have to adjust some things, El Matias. From memory, I turned down the tyre force because basically there was a bit of kind of unnatural feeling friction, which the game was adding through tyre force. And it's better for me to reduce that from like 100 to maybe something like 50, 60. I think I've got it on something like that anyway. And then turn up the force feedback details in other ways. So it's mainly through my software. But honestly, the Simucube 2 Pro, force feedback feels pretty good straight out of the box. I've realised I'm just going to move my light because I realise I'm not really properly lit here. Maybe that's a little bit better, who knows. So yes, oh, also, hey, welcome along to the stream, hope you're doing well. Yeah, just a few adjustments. I'll show you this in-game settings after this, but I didn't really change much. My Simucube profiler has a few different options, and I've kind of gone for an AMS2 setup with the force feedback just because the games are based on the same original engine, and I thought that something that feels pretty good in AMS2 would probably translate quite well, and it seems to do so. I've got 900 degrees of rotation. And yeah, just turning tyre force down, and that's pretty much it. And honestly, it feels pretty good out of the box.
The first race of the championship is on.
Right.
Let's get out there, show them we mean business, and dominate from
Do a
start
clutch
to
start.
finish.
There we are. Superb launch, and we're well clear. Now, the first race is only 2 laps, second race is 5 laps, so basically I'm going to try and run away. Oh. That's an interesting buzz coming from the wheel. I don't know if you're, if the mic picked that noise up, but that was very interesting through turn 1. I haven't changed anything since qualifying, but I'm getting a lot of buzzing and vibrations all of a sudden. Cheers, Thierry. Head down. Let me know if that noise is coming through the microphone, the kind of vibrations when I turn in. It's not so bad, but I can manage it myself. It's more just whether it's annoying on the microphone, because it genuinely, going from qualifying to the race, suddenly I've got this strange buzzing noise. but only when I over-rotate the car, basically. Right, 1 lap to go. Yeah, I think Born Not to Run, welcome to the stream. Yes. And the thing that gets me about Project Cars' single-player experience is it's still actually really simple. Like, it's still progression-based tier system where you do well in a championship and you move up, but the fact that they have, like, contract offers is something I always really like, because it's not as simple as just you win a championship, you move to the next tier. It feels a little bit more, you know, what would you say, racified, I guess, but, like, the fact that, you know, you perform to a certain level and based on that you get contract offers, I actually really like that. It adds a little bit of personalization to each career playthrough. You don't know what you're going to get until the end of the season. That's exciting. It's not like, oh, I know that if I win this, I'm into that next one. Instead, it's like, oh, if I win this, I wonder if I'll get offered a seat in a, you know, in this series, or I wonder if I'll have to go and defend my title. All of these sorts of things. Might just have to turn my wheelbase on and off again and check the software, just to try and get rid of that strange buzzing that's happening. Anyway, 2 laps in. This race has been a breeze, but I know that the rest of the championship won't be as easy. But we've got a big lead. Donington Park, they're not very strong. So we're going to take the win in race 1. There it is. That is how you start. What tyres am I running? Just whatever the default is, Thierry, for dry weather. Right, race 1 done. 34 points on the board. Sebastian Alick is second, and Joan Sabater is third, ahead of Oliver Cox and Thorben Simon. Right. Let's see if we can... just bear with me a second. I'm going to see if I can check my course feedback and stuff. I'll maybe just turn this off and on again. Okay, we're going to give this a go. We'll see what happens. Yeah, Terry, that was easy. It's just that, but I don't want... Last time I got lured into a false sense of security. I thought the whole season was going to be easy, but it turned out it wasn't, so... We'll get our points in early, I don't mind. Oh, Project Cars 2 for El Mateus, nice. Well, we might cover Project... In fact, I'm sure we will do a Project Cars 2 stream sometime very, very soon, so keep an eye out for that. We're kind of revisiting the series a little bit now that Project Motor Racing is on its way. Okay, race 2. Yeah, it's interesting, Craig, the... Oh, I mean, why is it showing third here? The AI is interesting, because I actually, on one hand, find them kind of a bit crazy and enjoyable, but on the other hand, they're frustratingly mixed between good and bad. Okay, the vibration's gone, that's great. It's really weird, because they're like frenetic, they're exciting, they bash into each other, they run side by side, and I actually do quite like that. But the problem is that they also are faster than you in some corners, like faster than you can physically possibly drive on 100 difficulty, and then they're way slower than you in others. So for me, Old Hairpin there, I've just gone around to Donington, the AI are terrible, absolutely terrible. And then we'll see in the future races when we're in battles that they're really, really strong in some of the slow corners where you just do not have the same level of grip and the same braking performance as the AI, and they just storm down the inside. So yeah, there's certainly AI inconsistencies, but it is kind of like I would say it's a fun contrast to a lot of the stuff you get these days anyway. But obviously there are way better quality AI overall options out there. Yeah, like LMU. It's insane. I mean, it's still not perfect, absolutely not perfect, but you can actually have decent multi-class racing and they actually behave with each other and stuff. But as a human being, you can easily get through the traffic quicker than the AI if you know, pay attention. The difficulty level though is crazy. Like in LMU, the customization's so extreme, and also you can. The other thing about LMU is you can really like see the consistency with the AI in terms of they're not way stronger on some corners and way weaker on other corners. They're kind of a bit more balanced, so that's nice. We'll take our pit stop when the engineer tells us to, basically. Thierry, you can tell me when to pit if you want. Do you want to be my if I can keep an eye on the comments well enough, do you want to be my pit crew in terms of telling me which lap to pit on? I'm assuming that the game allows you to pit any lap. It's not, you don't have to follow what the crew chief says. Yay, nice one. I'm going to apologise in advance, Thierry, if I miss your message and let you down with the pits, but I'll do my best. I need you on like voice chat, being like, right, that's it, pit. Yeah, unfortunately they're 4.5 seconds away. It's fine. We'll rack up these early points. Right. So we need a mandatory tyre change. I'll wait until you give me the go-ahead, Thierry, for the pits. If you fancy it. Just use these laps to try and get used to the car again. It runs, honestly, strolling with Pete. Oh, first of all, hello, welcome to the stream. On my hardware, and the specs are in the description below, I'm pretty sure, it's flawless. I mean, I'm running on like high graphics and it just looks really, really good. And it runs well. One thing I'd say about this game, cool, cheers Thierry, I will box. One thing about this game is the graphics always looked very, very good, and I would say the performance always made sense in my opinion. So like, if you were trying to run this game on high level graphics on a medium PC or not so high end PC, you will struggle, but you'll struggle in a normal, understandable way. Some games it feels like performance is all over the place. Like you'll sometimes get really good FPS, sometimes you get really low, and the graphic quality is a bit all over the place too. Like there's certain settings that make a huge difference. I always felt quite well balanced in Project Cars where, you know, if you run the settings high, you generally will struggle a little bit more for FPS, and if you run them lower, it's going to be better. It just feels a little bit easier to understand. Right, we're in the pits. Okay. We don't need to edit our strategy. We'll just leave it as it is. Yeah, it's amazing how... But the 1080 Ti, the thing is, the 1080 Ti in 2015... I mean, when did the 1080 Ti come out? It wasn't that early, was it? It was a long time after that. I don't even know when it came out. Because I had a 1080 Ti in my first traction, let's say, the first PC I was using for traction content way back in the day. And that was like 2020. Yeah, so the 1080 came out in 2016, so there you go. And that was like really high quality at the time. That was like high-end PC. So when you think about that, you know, in 10 years, hardware's come a long way. So it's not necessarily a surprise that this game runs smoothly nowadays. Some games have been around for way longer but are constantly updated, and they still actually struggle, you know, even with the modern graphics cards and stuff. It's so much down to optimization. Okay, Sebastian's had a shocker. He was on the front row with me, but he's now in P8 and he's not pitted yet. So something's definitely happened to Sebastian. He was on the front row for the first race at least. Or was it more that he finished second in the first race? It might have been just the position. I think we've got this Donington race in the bag though, guys. Unfortunately, it's not very exciting, but it's fine. We can just rattle through this, get the points up, and then it gives us a bit more flexibility later on. And we'll see what other championship offers we get once assuming we can win this Clio championship. Two laps to go. Well, let's go for fastest lap again. Unfortunately, well, Craig, I have actually played a very early version of it, and we did a video covering it, but I had barely any time on the sim. So it was more of like it wasn't really any kind of state where I can properly judge it. It was like a first impressions feel for it kind of thing, and I would say it definitely had traits that carried over from Project Cars. It felt more akin to like a new Project Cars game than it did to like being an iRacing or a Assetto Corsa style game in terms of how it felt. Like, it felt pretty good, but there were some traits that I didn't enjoy from Project Cars that kind of carried over, and it was also very, very hard to tell about the feeling of the handling because the wheels we were testing it on, it didn't feel like they were set up properly. You couldn't really feel the force feedback very well at all. It wasn't very optimized, let's say. So therefore, you're only doing a few laps on a not very optimized setup. And we weren't there to really judge it. It was just to kind of get our hands on it, have a feel for it, and get excited about it, I guess. But unfortunately, we couldn't race against the AI or anything like that. So there was the only thing we could do is do a few laps in certain cars. So I don't really have can't share any thoughts or any knowledge on AI racing yet, I'm afraid. Great call, Thierry. And we take another win. 1:16 in the end. So we found our rhythm and we found our pace. It's good. And we're going to take the win in race 2. So, another 34 points. Oliver Cox second this time. Sebastian finishing way down in 17th. So the championship, we get 2 bonus points for the fastest lap, 16.2. So we outdid our quali lap by over a second in the end. So we were definitely getting up to speed a bit. And then we've got an 18-point lead over Oliver Cox, Joan Sabater, Thorben Simon, and Chris Ferrario. So it's Oliver Cox, Joan, and Thorben are the closest. That's who we're watching for in the next one. And we'll move on to round 2. No worries at all, Craig. I would say have a watch of our Project Motor Racing video, but just remember when you're watching it that it's like, you know, trying it in the moment, talking about how I'm feeling in that very moment, and so it's not super analytical in that way. It's just I'm just trying to call what I'm feeling essentially, and you'll notice there's a bit of the Project Cars kind of. You'll notice some Project Cars behaviors, let's say, in the way the car moves, even though it's been built from the ground up. Like even just over the curbs, the way the car kind of has a slight uneasy slide over certain curbs. That was quite Project Carsy. But I really enjoyed the old Lola. I got to drive an old Lola for a few laps. I was overdriving it. I didn't really keep it on the road very well as I was trying to talk about it. But it was really good fun and it felt really good. The GT3 was a little bit more questionable. I found it kind of, in some of the really slow corners, it lost traction way too easily. It felt like you were on ice for a second. So I'm really hoping that's something they improve. But this wasn't by any ways a final version of the game, right? This was like a many months before launch version of the game. I can't remember when we went to Zurich, but it was not within 6 months of the game launch. So they're definitely working on, you know, finalizing the physics and everything like that. So I'm excited to see what it turns out like, but I'm gonna reserve judgment basically until we actually get it. Okay, 2 in a row. We have some emails from the team just saying great quality, great race, all of that. That's good. And we're leading the championship. So let's move on to the next one. Munroll takes the win. We've not got any invitational events unlocked yet. I wonder if you have to win a championship before you get invited to invitational events. Next one is Snetterton. Now, Snetterton was really interesting because if you remember, if you were here with me a couple of weeks ago, this is where there's a couple of corners that I really struggle to hold with the AI, and then there are a couple of corners where I'm pretty quick. So this is going to be more of a tight test, let's say, to try and keep the points coming in. Looks like it's dry at the moment. Current weather, medium cloud, but it's forecast to rain, so we better get our laps in early. Take advantage of the dry.
Go, go, go.
Automatic pit lane exit. This game's always been nice and simple with the way it's laid out, the way it works, the way it feels. There's nothing too complicated. Like, you know, you drive out the pits, it's all automated. Pit stops, you can, you know, essentially pause it, select from a menu if you want to change anything, or just leave it and it'll do the right thing. If it does rain in these short races, it's always very concentrated, localized rain that only lasts for a lap, or it immediately wets the track and then dries out very quickly, so it's all kind of compressed to just make it fun. Best thing, of course, about Snetterton is the scary tree is still here. I'm just going to see if I can actually get some tyre warmth in the car. Ooh, that was... Okay, that's one way of warming up the tyres. I'm looking at the bottom right, trying to see if those the colour blocks will change. Not really. This is where the AI are going to gain. Yeah. I think also that, I mean, it's not really a complaint about the game because it's not... I would say that there were other sims even back in 2015, definitely in 2015, that felt, you know, slightly more realistic to drive. But I mean, that's a question of taste as well. It's not just about, you know, the Gran Turismo games have always been amazing. They're not always the most realistic to drive, but it's more than just about being realistic to drive. If, you know, a good game is made up of so many different parts, and I think Project Cars is good to drive. It's just some of the cars later down the line just feel a little bit difficult and don't feel supernatural. But the thing like the Clio, for example, I really enjoy throwing this around. Okay, lap 1. Okay, Braking at the 2 board was maybe a bit late. So Thierry, this track is in Norfolk. So I've raced here a number of times, and it's a long way for me because I'm in Scotland. But you're basically down the east coast of England. Not quite the coast, but you're quite far down east. So it's actually a bit more... It's not a million miles away from Brands Hatch, because I guess Brands Hatch is a kind of London way, so it's not too far away from there, I guess. But yeah, it's near... Yes, I think I'm pretty sure it's Norfolk. I don't want to get it wrong, because my knowledge of English areas is not amazing. Some areas are definitely... I'm more knowledgeable than others, let's say, because I did live there for a few years. But yeah, they're both like southeast England. Yay, it's Norfolk. Nice, Craig. Oh yeah. You know what I love about Snetterton? One of my favourite things about it. We're going to catch traffic here. Oh, it's the rain. Right, let's get our lapping quick. The viewing points at Snetterton are amazing. So there's a verge on the right. You can see it from here. So that verge on the right, superb place to watch motorsport. So, and it's right near the paddock as well. So I'm not sure how it is for members of the public that maybe aren't always in the paddock, but for us when we're racing, once you've finished your race, if you've got a bit of spare time, you can just stand on one of those verges. In fact, there's another verge you could just see over to the right there just now. And that one was, for when you're doing the 300 layout, which is the one where it goes to the infield, the views are just incredible. There are so many vantage points here where you can see most of the track, despite it being a very long lap, the 300, so that's what's really cool about it. Oh. Okay. We've got no grip on our second lap here. Just trying to get a lap in while it's still, I was going to say dry, but it's already soaking wet. Always thought the rain effects on project cars are pretty good, although the lap time deficit is not as big as it probably should be in the rain, but it doesn't feel like, you know, the dry lines versus wet lines thing isn't as realistic as it can be, but it's, I mean, for what the game is, it works effectively. You lose grip, it makes everything a bit slower, and the aquaplaning in the puddles is pretty good. Ah, no worries, Thierry. Barbados, that's cool. Okay, we've done our 2 laps, guys. We're giving ourselves a 2-lap limit for now, so we're going to accelerate the rest of the session now. I think for the first race we're going to maybe be on pole because it's raining. It's still, yeah, still light rain, current weather, still light rain. So it's going to be wet for the whole session. We've got pole for the first race, so that's good. We don't know where we're going to be for the second race. Okay. Current weather, cloud, and forecast is clouds, so I think we're fine. I think this race is going to be dry, Thierry, but let's see what the second race is. Okay, can we make it 3 wins from 3? From pole position. Now we're faster, well, we're slower than the AI at some corners later in the lap, let's say. But early in the lap we can probably gain a little bit. So let's just see if we can actually outrun Aidan Somerville in P2 or not. I feel like I'm faster through these fast corners. And that checks out. We've got a 1.2 second lead, then we're slower through some of these low speed corners. Okay. We've got a second, but this is where we struggle a little bit. So the AI in the next 2 corners till the end of the lap now are going to come back at us. Yeah, you're right, Skilteridge. Like, this is the thing. That's why I'm saying I'm not really going to complain about it, because like obviously it's not, you don't get quite as realistic wet lines as you would get in real life, but most sims don't have that. iRacing has it, and it does it. I think it does an amazing job personally compared to other sims, which are just a bit more simplified. ACC has it to a degree, but it's not really very strong. It's just very subtle. And then other games like Le Mans Ultimate are a little bit more simplified, where it just feels like more like a general grip change, and the racing line is always the grippiest, which is not quite right. But it keeps it easy, and that's what this game's like. Keeps it fairly straightforward. Right, end of the first lap, and we've actually managed to hold on to the lead, so I think we might be able to get a 3rd win here. Just got to get 1 more lap under our belt. Keep it clean. I always find wet weather in sim racing fascinating, because I think it must be so difficult, like, to focus on that as a realistic variable, just because in real life the amount of variables are crazy, like the things that change grip levels. It's honestly like black magic. It's mind-boggling. So for a sim to try and implement that in a realistic fashion is very, very challenging, I'm sure. And that's probably why not many games have got it right, and iRacing is probably the first to really make an impressive showing of realistic kind of grip variation across the circuit. But they spent a long time developing that. Yeah, I think we're good here. I think race 1's not going to be a problem. Let's just see where we end up qualifying for race 2, because we don't know. I don't think we're going to be at the front with that second lap that we set. You saw what happened in the last corner as well. We got kind of overtaken, I went off the road and everything, so. I think we're going to struggle for pace at Silverstone. I think we're going to struggle for the final round of the season at Brands like we did last time. But I think we'll hopefully be strong at Oulton, and that's it. It's just the 5 rounds. That's my theory. Yeah, oh yes, GT7 is what I keep going to mention then forgetting. GT7 is actually really impressive. And GT7 is beautifully implemented. Like, visually speaking, it's gorgeous. The water build-up, the puddles, the progression of it from one moment to the next is really, really good, and the fact that the different lines work, like some wet lines do actually work on GT7, so that's the other one that I was really meaning to mention there. iRacing and GT7 are the best two, I'd say. The only thing I would say about the rain on GT7 is that it's not on all the tracks, so it's clearly specific to certain venues, which honestly I'm not that fussed about. Like, does it really matter if you're experiencing rain every so often? You don't need it on every track, so I don't have a problem with it. But the overall racing and driving physics of GT7, for me as someone who likes like a really authentic simulator, that's where, yes, the rain's very cool, and I enjoy it, and I enjoy playing GT7 on a controller, but there are other games that give me a better experience on a wheel, generally speaking, than GT7, especially because GT7 has so many different cars, and some of them are better than others. But yeah, it's really impressive still. Okay. Too much to ask for in competitive AI, yeah. Yeah, because I'm on 100 difficulty right now, and it's like, that's 3 wins out of 3 with not much trouble, and only doing 1 quali lap and no practice. So, I'm experienced at sim racing, but it's maybe a bit too easy. I don't think it'll stay this easy. It's because the AI is too imbalanced, so it will get harder, but harder not necessarily in the right ways. Okay, race 2, we are not even starting from, we're starting from 10th, and it's wet. So, okay, we're automated by weather in terms of our tyres. That's absolutely fine. We're starting from P10. Right, Thierry, are you up for... Let me know if you want to be in my pit crew, and you can tell me when to pit for tyres and stuff. Let me know. And if you don't, that's fine. Yeah, this game... I know what you mean, Gyro. I know what you mean.
Keep it clean and keep your wits about you.
Yeah, we'll go with that, Thierry. But you let me know when you want me to pit. Okay, it's a good start. We'll go outside into Riches. No extra grip on the outside line. We'll try to race cleanly as well, even though it's AI. Okay, the AI usually kind of hold each other up in the exit of Montreal, but I just couldn't get the power down anywhere cleanly. Made a bit of contact with the green one, but we got through. That's Sebastian, so we're P9. Automated wipers, but we're weaker at this part of the track, so let's just use the slipstream. Oh, okay, that's a block. I was already there. Now we're going to try and keep it tidy. See if we can keep with the AI. That was actually as good as I possibly could have done, and I got the exit, so we'll get through before bomb hole. Snetterton is a circuit, by the way, that has I've found anyway, very low grip in the wet. Very tyre dependent. Different compounds make a huge difference when it's a bit wet, depending on this all to do with like the actual type of rubber and the type of asphalt. That's another position lost. Lots of people come into the pits on lap 1, but we're staying out. Bit of clean road's not going to hurt us, I don't think. Got Marcel Oschwald up in P2. Oh. Carry the speed. Oh, blocked up. Oh! I'm so sorry, Marcel. I'll let them go. Oh! Ow. My thumb. I don't know how much you could see on the camera, but it feels like I got caught in the steering wheel there. I was basically like locked up, messed up, smashed Marcel off, was kind of going to let him get back ahead of me. I didn't realise there was a car ploughing through on the right-hand side. And then my hand got caught in the steering wheel, what it felt like, so that was fun. Anyway, it's drying up, so I guess we'll be in the pits relatively soon. But we're down to P7. Yeah, I'm good, Thierry, don't worry, don't worry. Just got beat up a little bit there. What do you think? Are we pitting, Thierry, or are we staying out? Up to you. It looks like, yeah, I think it's drying out, Thierry, so we'll come in. Get our dry tyres on. Oh, just no grip on these wets. Right, in we come. Follow everyone else in. Okay, let's see. Do we get to pick our symmetrical setup? That's what we want. Do we get to pick our compound? Yeah, softs. Perfect. Alright. We're getting put in the right tyres, Thierry. All good. So now we should have a bit more grip. We're going to have to do a comeback drive, though, because I think I would have lost a lot of time in that incident there, which I don't know if we'll be able to see a replay after the race, but it was it was a bit grim. Alright, let's see how many cars exit the pits ahead of us. 1, 2, at least 2, at least 3. Come on. 4. Right, so we're 5th, plus everyone else is already pitted. But we're on dries. Right, let's just see what happens. P12. Someone coming up behind us. I think we should be, if we could defend the inside line. We'll get away with it, yep. And they're getting into each other up in front. Yeah, we do not, I said this last time as well, we do not have the braking performance of the AI cars, so they can really get on the anchors better than us into those slow corners as well, which often results in, you know, almost crashing into people because you're trying to brake as late as them, but it never works. Is that the rain back on? Why did my wiper come on? I think it did that in the last, if I remember correctly, it did that last time too. Good news is we've got Oliver Cox behind us, who's one of our championship rivals, so he's not going to finish much higher than, you know, us at least. He's going to, unless he gets past me on the track, which I don't think he will, he's going to finish behind us. And there will be more people still to pit, I think, but not many. Ugh. Right, back into the top 10. I wonder if some of the cars that pitted on the first lap are actually pitting again to maybe, because I think what happened is a lot of the AI cars pitted on lap 1 and took wets and then it dried out, so they've had to pit again for dries. I think that might be what happened, because we're up into P5 and I definitely shouldn't be P5. And I saw so many people in front of me taking the pits there, but because they already stopped for ages, they must have already stopped as well. So I think we've played a blinder by not coming in the open lap there, Thierry, so good call. It's not bad. Don't worry. We've got this. We're fine. It is understeer city though, David, in the slow stuff. I'll try and drive well. Really focus in for the last few laps and see if I can haul this thing to a podium or even just a top 4 at this rate. Quorum, sneak on the inside, and then we're gonna be worse into the last corner. But if we can force them wide and then do a cutback, like that, that's actually going to work out quite well for us because we usually lose a bit more time in that last corner. But now we've got a slipstream, and we're going to get them easily through turn 1. Bonus points for fastest lap as well if I can get them. I'm not sure, Rob. I'm not sure, Thierry. I think it's the wipers seem to come on at specific moments. There's no rain in the air. It's blue sky. I think it's a game thing. It'll come on. I think it'll come on under this bridge. Watch this. As we go under the bridge. Yeah, wiper on. So I think it's. You know what it might be? It might be like light detecting wipers. I know that sounds ridiculous, but I'm wondering if, because you go under a tunnel, it gets darker. The game's like, oh, it's dark, so it's raining. It's it's daytime, but it's dark. I wonder if it's like some sort of game code thing to do with the darkness of the sky causing the white. I don't know. I might be talking absolute rubbish. Anyway, you know what? Given the crash I had in that race, I'll take P4. I will take P4. We're not going to get P3, Thierry. I do not think there will be a sale before Project Cars 3 will be delisted, to be honest. When's it getting delisted again? I think we have an article maybe on the Traxion website, do we? Might be worth a check. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I might well play Project Cars 3 at some point as well after it's been delisted. So we'll keep you up with all that, but I just don't know if there will be a sale. P4, yep. 7 minutes 40, 7 seconds off the lead. Did we get fastest lap? Also, I want to see the replay of the incident here. Hang on, let's find me. Oh, there I am. This is it here. So went down the inside. Is there any chase cam? There we go. Down the inside. Locked up. Absolutely no chance. Very sorry, Marcel. I actually waited here thinking, oh, you'll rejoin. And then... Oh, it was a teammate. It was my teammate. Interesting. I mean, you could... They paid a heavy price. Oh, that's quite funny. It was probably my fault. Oh, look, they had someone down there inside. Ah, right, okay, yeah. I mean, I can't really blame the AI there, can I? Let's be real. Let's find the one that's in the wall. Let's just see that again. Oh, we had a game crash. I don't want a game crash because I don't know if what will be saved. Nervous. Breaking Project Cars is what this is, Thierry. Or like Corner Sport, yeah. This is not good. I've got a black screen. The cursor's still working. But that's it. Can't escape. Can't click anything. I can't even window out at this point. Oh, I think the game has crashed. Oh no. It was the replay. Alright, let me just try and get this sorted. Connor, as you can see, it's not going. It was going, now it's not. Good time to join. Right. There's been a game crash, so you're going to have to bear with me. I'm going to have to fix this. I think we may have lost our progress in that race, so we might have to, let's say, make up for lost ground. We'll just see what the game saved. Hopefully it saved Donington, though. Fingers crossed. Besides the game crashing, Connor, it's been good. Yeah, it was going well. We took 3 wins in the first 3 races. And then the 4th race, we started from 10th. We had a bad qualifying in the wet. And then in the race, it was a bit chaotic. We had a bit of a crash. But I timed my pit stop well and we came 4th. So there you go. Right. Oh, I think we're good. Look, John Monroe finishes top in Renault Clio Cup Round 2. I win at Snetterton 200, put John Monroe in first place. Okay, this is fine. Okay, so we've lost race 2 at Snetterton. We've lost race 2 at Snetterton. I'm tempted to skip it and just say we got disqualified because we had a game crash. And I don't want to do the same race again. I want to keep it moving. So what I think I'm going to do is skip that race, basically, and just pretend that we got disqualified. What do you guys think? Thanks very much, Coda Go Hard. Very much appreciated. What a race that was. So much fun. So much fun. And yeah, thankfully we had Urinay. So I had a good start, good 3 stints. Was happy to be running, I think I was second when we came into the pits, basically kind of battling for second and third, and then Ross did a really solid job to keep us there, and then Urinay did the rest, so it was good. Right, let's skip this race then. Let's not do this run again, because I'm happy to play one, and we'll just take it as an unfortunate circumstance. Let's say I got disqualified for the hit on Marcel. So we'll just do the start and then retire. There we go. We actually get a point anyway. But look, we still lead the championship by 13 points, so it's all absolutely fine. Let's not panic. Oliver and Joan next up, then Aiden, as we head now to round 3 of the championship, which I think is Silverstone, which I think we're not going to be as competitive at, so let's just see how we get on. It is Silverstone. Let's do it. Oh, that's cool, Connor. There are a lot of like place I used to work, VR Simulators in Glasgow uses Project Cars Pro for its simulators, and it's an amazing place to go and experience some racing in VR. Really cool venue. They've got full direct drive wheelbases, decent pedals. They've got wind generation. They've got motion platforms. Obviously, good VR headsets as well. It's a great place, and they still run Project Cars software, Project Cars Pro, which is kind of like a Sim Center version of what is essentially the underpinnings of like a Project Cars 2, let's say. But it's really good. It's cool that you're still getting to play Project Cars 1 though in VR machines. I think Project Cars 1 must have been one of the first racing games I played in VR as well. Nice one, Thierry. What do you mean, the Silverstone International, or do you mean Silverstone as a whole, like the full one? Because obviously we're just doing the international layout in this. But basically, because this championship is like the British Clio Cup, racing around tracks all over the UK, it's all tracks that I've raced in real life. Like every one of the tracks in this championship are tracks that I've raced at multiple times. Which is cool. It's like very familiar very quickly. And to be honest, I would actually say the track design in this game, for a 10-year-old game with a caveat, is actually really good as well. Like it's not obviously to the same level as your laser scans from these days. I don't actually know how the tracks were created for Slightly Mad Studios. I don't know if it was scanned or how they worked, but they're not bad. Not bad at all.
Okay, good luck. Let's try and take pole with this lap. Focus on the apexes and carrying speed.
In 2015, I wasn't looking up how each of the sim titles created their circuits, let's say. Okay, 2 qualifying laps then at Silverstone International. Let's see how we get on. So up towards Abbey, we'll do a little bit of a touch of the brakes. Yeah, that's fine. Keep the speed up though. And we're going to be losing performance under braking. That's too early on the brakes. But it's neat and tidy at least. Nope, too early again on the turn in. You can run out pretty wide on the exit. Oh, cool, yeah. Yeah, that's really cool. Nice corner. So is that just like a random arcade room? Because it's quite that's a pretty cool arcade. Like if it was one of many arcade things in that place that you were, it's a pretty high quality arcade, I would say. even if it's for kids. Like I mean, the Logitech stuff's still good, right? That's what I would have been using the G27 to play this game the first time around. Okay, lap 1 complete. Let's try and go faster on lap 2. Oh, Skegness. Oh, nice. Oh, P9 in the first lap. There you go. So that shows you the pace at Silverstone, as I expected, was not going to be as strong, but I didn't do the best of laps either. So let's try and hunker down and set a better one. Brake a bit later. Nice. Carry the speed all the way through here. Get back to the right. Two tenths up. Don't invalidate though. Oh, through the cones, let's say. I think we're still valid. Down to P18. See, we just do not have the pace at Silverstone. Do not have the pace. I don't know if this lap's going to be much better, to be honest. 6 tenths. Club chicane. We'll maybe do one more lap just because we're on the back foot. We are allowed to. I'm just setting those rules to myself when we don't as quick. P12, that's better. Right, let's try and do one more lap that's decent enough. I mean, P12's still not great, but that's not a good start to the lap. I'll keep it going. Actually not as bad as I thought. Yeah, nice. Now that I've got rid of the cones, I can run out properly wide like you do in real life. So Thierry, what do you like about the international circuit then? Is it the corners specifically? Is it good for racing? Like, what is it that makes it your third favourite track? Because I actually prefer the international to the national, personally. I've always gone better there as well. I don't know, I just like it more. Got a nice flow to it in the cars that I've raced before. But I'd take the GP layout over all of them for sure, because it's just an epic combination of corners. Right, there we go. Wow. Okay, we only improved 2 tenths, but we went up 9 places. That's crazy. Okay, we've done our fair share of laps now. Let's return to the pits. We'll move this on. Okay, we're actually in the top 10 for at least one of the races. The second lap was only 2 tenths worse, so it's going to be interesting to see. But we're mired in the midfield. I don't think you're wrong, Inkta. I think there's always a little bit. I mean, it depends on what you mean by graphics. Like, I think the wow moments are bigger in Project Cars in terms of the sunsets and the way it looks, and like, how do I say, the pretty moments are like very pretty, but the overall graphics are good, they're clean. I think you might be right. I don't think many people would complain, but they're not going to be as photorealistic as some other stuff that you get nowadays. But then even, like, I don't think graphics have really moved on that much in those 10 years. There was a much bigger gap between, you know, 2005 and 2015 than there was between... I think honestly, graphics from like 2008 to 2014, the jump was huge, and it's kind of slowed down since then. Oh, nice corner. Very nice. Full Simucube setup, that's cool. Okay, we're going to do this first race. We're starting from P9, so let's just try and get some decent points. No pit stop in this one, Thierry. Let's see what we can do. 2 laps. Let's try and make as much progress. We'll get a good start. I'll try and do a proper clutch start, and we'll... Nice. That was good. Right, big progress, but now we don't have the pace, so can we hang on to the positions without doing anything unfair? Is that our team yet again? I think it is. Oh, hello. Card on the inside with... Oh! I don't know how I've survived that through the middle. But we did. Car on the inside still. We're actually in P3. No one beside me. Right. Our straight line speed's never been bad. Yeah, exactly, exactly. Like there was, I mean, even from like late 90s to like, I mean, what are we now? 2025. It's been 30 years, right, since 1995. Now, compare a 1995 game to, you know, take a 1995 game, a 2010 game, and a 2025 game, right? That's equal gaps between those games. 15 years between each. And tell me the difference in progression from 1995 to 2010 compared to 2010 to 2025. Now, I know, obviously, you know, the world was working out computers and gaming and all that in that space of time, but wow, I mean, what a difference. Let's try the undercut. Ugh, no, I just don't have it. Can we sneak down inside? Oh, that could work. Push them wide. Still there, I think. Leave the room. I think we might be through, you know. No, it's still there. There we go. We've got this, Thierry. Oh yeah, so you're up against a quick driver by the sounds of it, Connor. Oh, that's a big, well, I was going to say understeer. Big oversteer and understeer. It's just the classic Clio behaviour. I don't know if I've got the pace through the club chicane to hold on. No, I don't. Nowhere near as much grip. But we can take P4. That's good points. We'll take it. Jonathan Leclerc up in front. Okay. That's fine. Race 2 is going to be more of a challenge. We need to get a good start. We're further back in the grid, I'm sure. But let's just see. I'm not going to watch a replay. I'm scared to watch a replay. 22 points is good, though. And we've actually, you know, we've extended our lead. Oliver's only on 94. 3 of them there. Oliver, Aiden, and Joan. We're comfortably ahead. Right, race 2. Sorry, yeah, I was going to read your message properly, Connor. Not going into a braking zone. Yeah, you're a Cup 3 driver. Yeah, fair. Good effort, though. Being a second off is not bad at all. Like, especially if you're running at Silverstone, because that is a long circuit. Do you remember what game you were running on, Connor? Yeah, no, they're good. They're good. I tried, Thierry. It's fine. I gave it my best. You can be my engineer again in race 2, right? Let me know when you want me to pit. It looks like it's going to be clear in terms of the weather, so we should be gold. I didn't see where we're starting, but again, I'll try and do a nice clutch start. Championship's still looking good. We're P12. That's not so bad.
Green, green, green.
Oh, double dump, but it worked. Be brave. No, that's off the track. We don't want to go that brave. Clio's all over the place. So much contact with the AI. Oh, we got caught out there, unfortunately, but we're okay. Still made quite a lot of progress in this first lap. Try second gear through here. Yeah, that was better. Oh, nice. No, that's awesome. Assetto Corsa Ginetta Super Cup car. If that's the mod I think it is, it's such a good mod. I actually did a full, myself and Ross did a full championship in those cars on Assetto Corsa with a bunch of drivers that also raced in real life. It was really, really good fun. I think Ross did end up beating me to the championship though. Oh, someone's going to lunge me. I just cannot do anything about it. Look. The grip level's insane. This is exactly the same as what happened last time. It's just that last section we lose so much. P7 though, it's good. It's good. Right, Tierra, do you want me to pit first lap? Like as in next lap? Oh, that's a lock up. Ugh. Rubbish. There's a car right next to me once again. You can't quite see them. There they are. Lap 3. Alright, cool, Thierry, thank you. We'll do lap 3. Painful.
Watch this lap, watch this lap. You've got to come into your mandatory change of tyres now.
Whoa, hello. Anyone else notice something a little bit funny there? I don't think I've ever seen that before. Obviously we saw it coming out the pits for Donington, right? Where another car was kind of inside me, but that's the pit lane. I've seen it happen in the pit lane plenty of times. I've never seen it actually happen in the race. Oh, we'll leave room for him to come back on. Intense. I'm pretty sure that car was just inside mine there. Yeah, fair. So yeah, the Ginetta Super Cup car, on a set of Corsa, the original, I don't think that's actually in the game. I think that's a mod. And it's the same with the Junior, I believe. But no, it's awesome. Hopefully you enjoyed it anyway. Especially if you don't have a sim setup at home, which it sounds like you don't. It's awesome being able to, go to a British GT event and actually do those kind of things. Really, really cool. Oh, Mr. Claw, it's a great question. I would need to probably... I'll need to go back to Project Cars 2 to remind myself. Oh, pit box is occupied. Oh, my teammate's already in. Oh, that was a bit ambitious. Oh no. Oh no, my teammate's in the pits, so I didn't know this would happen. No!
Nice one, that was the fastest lap of the race.
This might scupper us. I think I'm going to drive straight through because the pit box is occupied. Rather than stacking and queuing, it's going to just take us straight through. Oh, what a nightmare! No! That's not your fault, Thierry. I didn't know that would happen. Interesting, so you can't pit at the same time as your own teammate. This is Project Cars 1, Thundersnapper. See, I can't really... I need to go back and play Project Cars 2 Career, which I will do, to remind myself of... like, what it actually was like compared to Project Cars 1. Because I actually played Project Cars 1 Career a lot more than Project Cars 2. I didn't really get into Project Cars 2 because I went to uni in 2016, and that's when Project Cars 2 came out, so I was more of a Project Cars 1 person. I only got to play a lot more Project Cars 2 when I went and worked for the VR Sim Centre in Glasgow, which I talked about earlier. Worked there for a couple of years, and they were running Project Cars 2 before they ran Project Cars Pro. So when I was working there, it was just Project Cars 2. I'll come into the pits on this lap. And I played a lot more of the game, but because it was a sim centre, we were running VR races for everyone, we never did career mode, so I didn't actually play the career. So I very much focused on like LAN racing essentially. So yeah, don't really know. But oh yeah, Project Cars 1 is like career mode is good. It's not amazing. It's not like the most incredible thing ever. It's just simple and a solid structure, and it's decent. But there are some, I mean, the F1 games have a better career mode, let's say. I know it's a different sort of thing because it's linear and it's one series, but I think that's a better, they've got a much more in-depth sort of function to their career mode. I think some old racing games, even Total Immersion Racing, less different disciplines in this game, but a very similar system with the contract offers and the multiple classes and stuff. Obviously, you could say the old Gran Turismo games, if you call that a career mode, that's like an amazing career mode, let's say. Better so than the new ones anyway. Obviously, we're right down the back here, guys, unfortunately, but I'll try and get any points I can. Even if it's just beating Joan, because Joan is a championship rival and Joan is in 20th. I also thought, like, you know, the old Toka Race Driver games, like Toka Race Driver 3 World Tour Mode, for me, which I did a full series, by the way, on Traction, and Grid, Race Driver Grid, I think they had great career modes as well. Slightly different to this. A little bit more like... Oh, it's interesting. I've just seen that comment from Inkta about Toka, because I was just talking about Toka. I hadn't seen that comment before. Yeah, like slightly different in the way I think this is a bit more like full season based, whereas those games were a little bit more like short, sharp races. P17. So yeah, these are very much like do a season, and you can obviously, I mean, I'm doing the minimum race length right now, and it's 7 laps over 5 rounds for each race, so plus qualifying and stuff. So you're looking at like 10 laps of driving minimum as the smallest possible way of doing it with only qualifying and the 2 shortest races 5 times. So you're 50 laps of racing before you move on to the next championship. Whereas I think some of those other games we mentioned are like, you know, you do a couple of races, three laps or whatever, and it's very much straight into it, no qualifying, and then boom, you're through to the next round. So it's different. Thierry, no! I don't know if we're at breaking point. It's fine. We've got this under control. You can trust me. Look, we may have only scored 6 points, Thierry, but Oliver only scored 9. You've got Aiden in 18th, Joan in 20th. All of our rivals also failed to score good points. Felipe Mafra flying through the field. We actually got fastest lap in that second race, which is remarkable. But look, 21-point lead. It's okay, Thierry. We're good. But maybe I didn't realize that thing about the pits and our teammates, so we've got to watch out for that maybe in future. So I might need to just pit when they ask me to, trust the actual team in the game, because obviously there was nothing we could have done there. But there's only 2 rounds to go. Oh! Here we are, invitation email. So this is the thing we talked about, invitational events, I believe. We've got an email from Galileo, of all people. Glencairn Kart Trophy. There you go. Hi, John. We'd like I can't speak. We'll try that again. We'd like to invite you to come and participate in the Glencairn Kart Club Trophy on behalf of Galileo. The event starts on the 3rd of November, or the 11th of March if this is American. I think it's 3rd of November. And it'll be great to have you behind the wheel, representing our team. Hoping to see you soon, John Manson. There you go. Our first invitational invitation. Excellent. This is the original Project Cars, Gabriella. This is, first of all, hello, welcome to the stream. This is, yeah, the very first Project Cars. This is where it all began 10 years ago. Round 4 at Oulton Park. We have qualifying, 2 races. We've got a 21-point swing in the championship. I think we're looking good. And I think I have pace at Oulton. I might be wrong, but in my head, I've got better pace at Oulton based on that last season that we did 2 weeks ago. And it's forecast cloud, current weather cloud, so let's just get out there. Get some lap times in.
Go, go, go.
Mainly the wheel 1 upgrade. You're on a Logitech G920. Oh, cool. Oh, nice. Yeah, so you've got G920 with TCLMs. Great stuff. I mean, obviously it's not going to give you the same fidelity and kind of levels of wowness of a direct drive, but a G920 is still absolutely decent. We actually did a video which we talked about on stream the last few weeks, but we actually published a video yesterday with our kind of beginner wheel guide. It's not necessarily just for beginners, but it's for basically if you're on a budget that's not, you know, if you're not willing to spend £500, £600 on your sim racing, which most people aren't, to be fair, because it's a fun hobby, but who has £500-600 lying around to spend on it really? Basically a guide for good wheels to get hold of to get started, at least until you want to upgrade in future potentially. And the G920 still does well. There are better things out there now that are not much more expensive, but if you get a used one that's not too worn, then it's still going to be very, very decent.
Let's take this pole. Come on, you can do it.
Ooh, bit of oversteer. Hello, Pushbot. Welcome along. There is a bit of NASCAR 25 gameplay, on the Dev Diary, which I was halfway through watching before the stream and then realised the time and was like, oh, we're streaming at 1:30. So I need to go back and watch the rest of that Dev Diary. But I see that there's gameplay in there, which is good. We needed it. And obviously it's a lot of NASCAR Cup drivers talking about how amazing it is and how obviously, you know, you can feel the iRacing in it and you can feel the realism, and yeah, let's just see. As I've kind of learned over the years, and we've talked about this before, I've learned over the years to, until you get your hands on it, just to not count your chickens. But it's looking good so far. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's totally fair, Connor. If you have it, the thing is, nowadays more people are getting to experience direct drive because it's available in more different places, sim centers, all sorts of places. When I was younger, like, I had my Logitech wheels and I never had direct drive to compare it to unless I went to the Autosport show and got to drive on those £100,000 simulators, which were never really a fair comparison anyway. I was sim racing and doing competitive esports on my G29 or G27, and because I didn't have that comparison to make, and direct drive wasn't as big a deal at the time, it just felt like I didn't have any complaints. It was such a big upgrade for me from the first wheel I had, which was a Logitech Wingman with no force feedback because I didn't have the plug for it. So it's like, you know, you go through these different levels of wow, and then nowadays direct drive is becoming more normalized, let's say, and there's more ways to experience it. So then you as a consumer do get to experience the fact that your Logitech maybe isn't as good as those wheels and it's got a long way off. But if you don't have the thing to compare it to, it's very hard. So I think Moza R3 is probably the best, like, let's say entry-level bundle nowadays, but it's still not that cheap. So it's like right at the top of our price range for entry-level. But if you can squeeze into direct drive, Moza R3's, in my opinion, the way to go. Camus is decent enough, but I think the Moza R3 is the one. Yeah, P1, good start, Terry. I thought I would have the pace here, and it looks like I do. We've done our 2 laps, so let's return to the pit box. We'll fast forward the time. I'm not skipping the session because I don't know if it actually lets the AI set their lap times. I like to just fast forward it, just to keep it from doing anything funky. I seem to remember on Project Cars, if you simulate the session, it, like, the AI cars go faster or something. Wow, look how close that is. 105.550 for me, 105.6, 105.6, 105.6, 105.6, 105.6, 105.6. So second to 7th, covered by less than 0.04 of a second. You've got Oliver in there, you've got Thorben in there, you've got Joan in there, and Sebastian, so lots of championship contenders. Felipe, 9th on a 105.7. Crazy. Okay, so our second best lap, depends on how good everyone else's second best laps were, but our second best lap might not put us at the front. We are on pole, though, for the short race one, so we'll take that. Hey, James, how's it going? Nice to see you on the stream. You missed the pre-Ben Collins era. Oh. And Ben Collins is heavily involved with Project Motor Racing as well. He's been doing all the promo for that. Are there decent sim centres in the UK? Yes, there are, Mr. Claw. Simply Race is really good. Depends on where you are in the UK, of course. There's now multiple Simply Race venues. There's Milton Keynes and there's Manchester. If you're in Glasgow like me, there's VR simulators, which is decent for high-end equipment, running on Project Cars Pro, but the equipment's really, really good. Yeah, James has already answered you, but yeah. And you said Milton Keynes Simply Race too, yeah. There will be lots of good simulators all over the country. It's just a case of finding them. That's the thing. The other one I would say is if you speak to the folk at Race Anywhere. So I actually worked with Race Anywhere for a little while. Martin and the team there are an amazing set of people, and they sell sim racing equipment, like good high-end sim racing equipment. But they also, if you speak to them, you can potentially go and try some stuff out if you're considering upgrading or buying stuff. And they have really good sim setups for you to try, and that is sort of similar-ish area, I would say, to Simply Race. You're kind of middle of England, slightly south central, but worth considering. Oh, nice. Sorry, I'm just reading all the comments as well. Fanatec DD and Heusingvelds, yeah, that's a good combo. Cheers, James. I don't know if my driving... it's very kind of you to say what I'm doing right now is driving, rather than just, like, lobbing a Renault Clio at a wall and then hoping it remains on the black stuff for the next corner. But, you know, it's fun to jump back on these old games and give them a go. Can't say it's my best display of driving, though. I don't think I'd get very far in the AFVRC with driving like this. So let's see how we go. 2 laps. 2 laps of Alton Park Fosters, pole position. I'm just going to run away, hopefully. We're away from Sebastian. Let's just get this win under our belt. Get us some breathing room before the final round at Brands. You can see the sun up there. one of the nice parts of the visuals on Project Cars, of course, which we talked about a lot last time. But this is this game. This is where it really looks good, even compared to games nowadays. It's like this is why AMS2 looks so good as well, because visually speaking, it's such a good game engine for things like that. Okay, Sebastian's only 7/10 behind us, but I think we're good. Hey Massey, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, we're not getting away with that in the GT4s, James, or the Porsches. I'm looking forward to getting into something rear-wheel drive. Hopefully we get offered a contract in a rear-wheel drive championship next, and then we can experience that on Project Cars. Because the Clio's great fun, but it's obviously once you've done a couple of seasons in it, you're looking forward to jumping in something a bit more, well, a bit less Clio-ish, let's say. .2 seconds to Sebastian, so we've got it covered. Final lap, of course. Lock up. Got away with it. Love the Foster's layout of Oulton Park, by the way. Such a good track. Yeah, I know, it's such a shame that it's not sold anymore. Because even if it was just really cheap, I know it's all to do with licensing and things like that. Because the thing about old games, and a lot of people wonder why they get delisted, because all they're going to do is sit there and make a little bit of money, right? There's no point delisting them. But it's all to do with like licensing and things. So you will have licenses for certain tracks, for certain cars that will have expiry dates, and games will have to keep paying licenses whilst they're selling a game. So that's why most of the time they have to be delisted. There we go. Race over. Should have fastest lap, hopefully, as well. Fingers crossed. And then we're going to build up a nice points buffer. None of the championship rivals near us. Sebastian was second. Sebastian back up to second in the championship. Sam Weffling third. Not even heard that name yet. But look, second, third, fourth and fifth, none of them have won a race. It's just been Felipe winning 2, Aiden winning 1. And is that it? Have I won the rest? Maybe I've won the rest. Yeah. So we're good. I don't think we're going to have to qualify for Brands Hatch at this rate. Okay, race 2 at Oulton, we're 4th on the grid. It's foggy forecast. So let's see how we go. Yeah, that's a good point, Engta. Very good point. And, I don't know. Maybe there, but it's possibly down to the agreements, the arrangements that were agreed upon. So, this is not me telling you with any sort of knowledge about those specific examples, so don't take what I'm saying as truth, just take it as a theory. But certain games will maybe buy licenses for permanent sales, right? So it could be that, oh, it was agreed when the game was made that we can have those cars and those tracks and it's going to cost us X amount, and it's not a yearly fee, it's a one-off payment. And that is the thing with older games. You know, back in the day, that's how gaming worked, right? It wasn't really, games weren't worked on for years with patches and updates. It was, you buy a game from a shop and you play it, and then that's it, and you buy another game the next year. So, you know, you wouldn't have had to worry too much about that. You just buy the license and there you go. Whereas nowadays, a lot of games are like live service updates and continue to be sold for years to come, and update like iRacing, for example. So tracks start and cars start licensing yearly fees, a bit like iRacing does to have you on the service. Or so many things in the world are going to subscription-based services now rather than one-off purchases. And I wonder if that's something to do with why some of the old games are still on. Carl, I think, I'm trying to remember about the DLCs. Right, yeah, I'll pit on lap 2, Thierry. That's fine. Because the thing is, if I'm ahead of my teammate, it doesn't matter, right? I'll pit lap 2. In terms of DLC, I can't actually remember. My head is, oh, it's going to rain as well. Nice, we'll take wet tyres. Everyone's going to be in for wets. I can't, oh, hello, someone's on the inside. I can't remember what the deal is, because I worked at VR simulators for so many years, I get very much confused about what I actually own and what I've just experienced through there, on the VR simulators accounts with all the content. And obviously my head gets a little bit muddled sometimes between different older games and DLCs and stuff, so I don't actually know what I've got. I think I've probably got everything, but I wasn't a backer back in the day. I remember that being a thing. I remember the whole process of trying to raise the funds for it, but I don't think I was a backer because I didn't have the money as a kid. Wow, look at the grip of the 74. What a move! He's absolutely sent it as Thorman. Right, in for wets. In for wets. And that's just a pit stop thing. Right. What are we taking? Wets. Perfect. I think that's good timing for the pit stop. Cheers, Thierry. Hey! Nice one, Phil. Oh, what? Why didn't we take wets? What just happened? Did I miss something there? Oh no, the game's glitched. Look, I've got no control. No! It's another mechanical retirement. Oh. That was a glitch, because the other times we've pitted, I haven't had to close that menu. It's just pulled in. And then I thought it was broken, but I just had to click close, so. Anyway. We're going to finish last in this one, or second last at least. Because we lost way more than the pit stop's worth there, because obviously, well, we didn't stop, but then we stopped out on circuit, right? So, Oh. Let's see what happens. Try and pit again this lap. Is that is it an Alton thing? Maybe I went too fast into the box. I don't know, Thierry. I'm very confused. I pulled into the pits and it just it didn't pull into the box. I'm wondering if I went in too fast and my box was immediate and it didn't stop in time, but that would be very strange. Let's see. Alright, so it should pull in and put us on wets. Come on, you can do it. Yeah, okay, this time it worked. I did nothing different. We're going to finish last, so I might as well retire. Because we still get a point anyway. No, it can't have been my teammate, Kyre, unless, well, unless, actually. Is it, sorry, Kiri. Kiri, I'm going to go with Kiri. It might be, in the UK, K-I-R-E would be Kyre, but I'm thinking it's maybe Kiri with the, what's it called? Thing above the E. Anyway, sorry. I'm wondering if it's because my teammate was going to pit behind me and they'd already had the game had, like, you know, decided it was them that was pitting that lap, so if I boxed it would block them and then the game didn't pit me. I'm thinking that's it. Anyway, we're going to come last, so I'm going to retire. So maybe actually we just need to box when the game asks us to box, basically. Ah well. Starry. That's easier, right? We'll go with that. Also, welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a nice afternoon. Yeah, that's probably it. Right, we lost some good points, but we've got points. We've got points in hand. It's all good. So we've got 13 points over Sam, who's moved up to second. So I'm going to qualify for this last round, and we've got to hang on to that 13-point lead over Sam. We can do it. We can do it. When was the last time I've raced around here? I think it was 2023. I think, Oz. The last time I raced around here was in a Mazda 2 for a bit of fun with my ex-endurance racing teammate Nick. So he had a Mazda 2 and we just took it out for a laugh and he was having great fun driving around in Class D of the 750 Motor Club Championship. Not the Club Enduro, but a different championship. And I can't remember. Was it 750 or was it a different one we were racing in by that point? I can't actually remember what the championship was. That's terrible. But yeah, it was good fun. And then before that, it would have been the Mazdas. But we raced there pretty much every year in Club Enduro, so it's an awesome track. Right. Okay, so the championship's not over. I need to really you know, after that disaster, we need to focus up here. We'll do qualifying for brands. We're going to allow restarts this time, just in case we get anything going wrong, like we did in that race, because that's an unfair way to lose the championship, I would say. I wish I could remember what those setup changes. Someone recommended me setup changes last time, and it really helped, but I can't remember what they were. Anyway, it's fine. What we could do is take out a bit of fuel. Don't know if it'll make much difference though. Let's just drive. Let's just drive. We don't need setup. We don't need setup.
Go, go, go.
Yeah, let's really hope that we don't throw this away, because I do not want to have to do another season of Clios. Let's hope that we actually get a promotion offer. That car in front, by the way, what a move into the last corner. Absolutely sent it down the inside. I didn't even know there was space there. I think they went fully on the grass. And then they had the grip, and they just kept on the circuit. It was wild. Get some heat in the tire. I think there is a bit of tire warmth going on, because I'm feeling really strangely understeery and floaty on the outlap. Oh, look at that. We've got 42 litres of fuel. Why have we got an absolutely full tank of fuel? I swear I had 10 litres last qualifying. That's not great. Hey Ankit, welcome. Let's hope so, Thierry. That feels like a heavy fuel load. We might have to do more qualifying laps. Let's just see where we are after the first lap. First 2 laps, and then I'll come in and take out some fuel, because we have time to do it properly. But the car's not feeling great. So Sam is our big rival. That's who we've got to keep an eye out for in this one.
Okay, good luck. Let's try and take pole with this lap. Focus on the apexes and carrying speed.
Look at the last corner compared to the car behind us. That's so, and I remember it from the race last time. They can brake so late for the last corner. Hey Smoke Dog, welcome. Welcome. How's it going? Again, I'm going like full forgive me, I should say, don't ignore, forgive my concentration mode being activated here, because we actually do want to get up there in qualifying. For the first time in the season, it actually feels like a stress situation where we need the points. We've been able to build up enough of a buffer to get away with those last few disastrous feature races where the pit stops haven't worked. So we just know for next time we probably just need to pit when the engineer in-game tells us to pit to avoid any sort of issue. That's the thing. So I was trying to do it manually with Thierry here as my engineer, but unfortunately Thierry, the game doesn't want us to do that. By the looks of it. Yeah, definitely graphics still look great. Surprisingly good, isn't it, for a game from 10 years ago? But then there are so many games out there that you'd be surprised to know are way more than 10 years old. It's been an alright lap. Don't know if it's P1 pace, but it's decent. It's just this last corner. Carry as much speed as I can through there, but we always lose a bit. Let's see where we end up. P2. Alright, that's not bad. Sam's P3. Okay, so Sam's near the front. That's not what we want to see. P3. I'm not going to pit and save the fuel. I think I'm better off just driving through with this because I don't think I'm too slow. Yeah, no, I think it's GT5, Connor. I think one of the options is GT5 Ginettas. I also think there's maybe a single-seater series, but we'll see what the offers are, and we'll just pick whatever feels good for the career. I think it's double-tiered. But I might be remembering it wrong. I do remember it's like the karting, and then you get super karts, and then it's Clios. And I remember when I played it through, I'm half a second up. Come on. I remember doing it from karting onwards in my own career back in the day when I played it. Yeah, Formula Rookies. Ah, nice. Yeah, I think it's Formula Rookies. There's also that kind of Formula 1000, like the Golf one, but I think Formula Rookies comes first, which is essentially Formula Fords. Right, I think this could be P1. We're going to do an extra lap as well, just to try and get ourselves as far up as we can for both races. Yeah, P1. Only 3/10s up in the end, so we lost a little bit in the last sector. Oh dear. That's not a good start. Okay, bad first corner, good second, third corners. So it's probably going to level out. That's terrible. Ugh. We're not getting... Oh yeah, 4/10s down, so that's pretty poor. We push through. 3.5 minutes left of the session. Formula Rookie, yeah, so... Yeah, I think Formula Rookies and GT5. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what AMS2 does with its career mode, if and when. iRacing obviously is also expecting a career mode at some point, which is very cool. LMU is working on a career mode that when we spoke to CEO Stephen Hood, he said it was the best career mode in racing, but it doesn't exist yet. But he seems very confident and optimistic. You would be if you're the CEO, but let's see. I mean, if he's saying that though, he's obviously got confidence in the team, because if you wouldn't say that it's going to be the best career mode in racing if you didn't genuinely believe it's going to at least be good or one of the best. So that's a good sign, isn't it? Plenty of good career modes around the corner, hopefully. Slipstream, come on. Yeah, it's better than our second best lap, and that's what matters. So a reminder for anyone who's unsure, our second best lap in this quali session sets the grid for the second race, and our best lap sets the grid for the first race. I think we've done 2 decent laps now though, so it's probably going to do. We're pole position, so we're going to return to the pits. Let's see. So we're pole for race 1 at least. Yeah, on AMS2, there's like a blacked out career mode section of the menu, which has been there for a long time. But it's been there for a long time. Same with like BeamNG. There's been a career mode in kind of a hidden career mode that you can play within BeamNG by clicking the career mode button enough times on the menu, which is really cool. But essentially it's like a sandbox beta of what the career might look like. However, it's been like that now for years, and we still don't have the actual career mode. So, you know, you gotta wait and see. Gotta wait and see. Not gonna get too excited about any of it until I actually see it. I feel like I sound so pessimistic when I'm talking about these things. It's just that if I go out and say this is gonna be amazing and it's gonna be incredible because I hope it is, and then it isn't, it'll just seem a bit silly. So it's one of those where you're just gonna wait until we see more, wait until we hear more. But it's nice to be excited about the thought that it's being worked on, or the idea that it will have a career mode. And I think for something like AMS2, I mean, a lot of people that enjoy the Project Cars games will of course enjoy AMS2. So I'm sure a lot of you watching this play AMS2 and enjoy it. And a big thing about AMS2 is the offline racing, right? Like, of course you can do LFM and all of these things, and lots of like online championships through private lobbies and things like that. But you know, and there's a couple of ranked online systems for AMS2 that are integrated, aren't there? That you can do that aren't just I can't remember the name of them, but there's a few websites where it creates essentially like a career-based iRacing thing with online racing, which is very cool. But I think a lot of people that play AMS2 are really excited for a career mode, because I do think that offline racing is where a lot of people are at with AMS2. So yeah, the content is huge, right? There's so much content on AMS2. It's perfect for a career because you can start in South America racing in like the mini stocks, or you can race in like Lancer Evolution Cup or something like that, or Formula. You know, there's so many different routes you could take and have like a realistic-ish career. They just need to try and create a bit of story around it, create a little bit of, whether it's like money or sponsors or some sort of tier system, progression, cutscenes. I don't know. They've got to pick one of those elements and just focus in on it, because the racing itself is there to be cool. So yeah, there you go. Maybe there's too much stuff. Maybe that's the problem. It's too vast. But anyway, shall we get on with Brands Hatch Race 1? We're on pole. Now, our big rival Sam is P5. So if we can beat Sam in this race, it gives us a nice buffer for race 2. Points-wise, we've got a beautiful sunset by the looks of it, or maybe it's a sunrise. It feels very end-of-season Brands Hatch sunset, like you get in the British Touring cars, right? Okay, nice start. Now, pace-wise, I'm not much quicker than the eye at all. Look how beautiful that looks, by the way. So I really am going to just focus in and run away, because if I get bogged down or make a mistake, it's going to be hard to get the progress back. So let's just see if I can build a gap and keep it. If I get sucked into a battle, I'm going to get pushed wide and all sorts. Formula Rookie and Ginetta GT5, let's see what offers I get, but I'll do, if I end up getting offers for both of those championships, we'll do a poll to decide. I know you guys are talking about AMS2 LFM, but I'm talking about project cars. Like, we'll see what contract offers I get through at the end of this. If I get anything, need to win first and then hope. But surely if you win the championship, you've got to be offered some sort of promotion to a higher tier, right? Can't expect you to stay in Clio's for a third season and be happy about it. Look at the weird line the AI take into that last corner. They go in so deep, brake super late. They're always going to send it down the inside, and in real life you'd be off in the gravel. If I tried it, I'd be off in the gravel, but they somehow get it stopped and turned without running onto the gravel themselves. It's absolutely bizarre, but all of them do it, and it's terrifying because I see it in the mirror and they're just coming up closer towards me. But we've got a 1 second lead, so keep this up. Hopefully, it's been an alright lap so far. Blind. Take a tighter line this time. Actually felt okay. 9/10 out of Antonio, so I don't think we're going to get fastest lap in this race. Look, they're charging up closer. See what I can do in the last sector. Oh, Hawthorne's is epic. What a pretty game. I know I can't go on about it, but oh wow. Just absolutely stunning. That's ambitious. Should I get myself that fastest lap award? Bonus points. Don't think I'm going to do it though. Antonio, I think, has closed the gap on this lap. We'll see. Back up to seconds, maybe not. Whew.
Great driving, what a win, fantastic job.
Nice one, Casper. Awesome. What VR headset have you got? Glad you're enjoying it. Are you comfortable with it as well? Does it tire you out, or are you comfortable doing long stints in it? Because that's always the thing with VR, isn't it? Okay, did we get fastest lap? Sam finished P9, so we're fine. Look, we're okay. I'm confident. Sam was P9, so we've got a nice big lead. No, we didn't get fastest lap, but we've got a 30-point lead. It's now Sebastian who's back to P2. I think 30 points is basically a guarantee. So let's just finish the race. We're on pole for race 2. Sebastian's P3, so you will get good points. But we just need to have a standard race here. Let's try and win it though, Thierry, you're right, you're right. I'll not get complacent. Oh, nice.
Green, green, green.
Okay, another good launch from P1. It's the next day by the looks of it. Sebastian P2, so that is our championship rival in P2, but we've got 30 points, so we just basically need to finish anywhere other than, I think, 19th or 20th, and we're guaranteed to the championship. Obviously, there's also fast lap points, so we need to be a bit careful. I think you can have a maximum of 34 points for a win in fastest lap, and we're 30 points ahead, so we need 4 points to secure it, at least with a tie. So maybe we just need to finish like top 15, let's say, top 16 to guarantee it. So I'm going to pit when the game tells me to, just to be safe. Already back to 1.1 second lead though, so battling is not too much of a worry. Quest 3, oh nice. Yeah, it does take time to get accustomed, but it's like I'd recommend if you don't have a fan set up, get yourself a fan. Yeah, the quality and clarity isn't with the screen yet, but it's coming. Hopefully, it's getting better. Yeah, but it's very cool. It's very, very cool. Like I struggle with VR in terms of sim racing, so I don't actually do hardcore sim racing in VR. I actually do have a headset. It's old now though. It's the Rift S. It's very old, but it was really good for its time, and it was comfy for me with my glasses. I could actually wear my glasses under it, or my old glasses at least, which was great. The quality and the clarity was an issue for me with my glasses. I had to focus it quite a lot. I had to strap it a certain way onto my head to make sure it was comfy, and to make sure it was actually in focus. Like, it was really challenging.
Nice one.
And then even when it was in focus, I just found that I couldn't really see my braking points well enough. Like, compared to when I'm on a monitor, I can spot my braking points no problem. I can see the 150 board, I can see a little change in colour on the wall or whatever it might be. Whereas for me in VR, that just wasn't quite the same. Like, so it's super immersive and enjoyable, but if I'm doing like an esports event or a sim race where I'm really trying to get every last tenth out of it and be super consistent, especially in a long stint, I just couldn't really do it in VR yet until the clarity gets better and the comfort gets better. And for me as well, I overheat so quickly. Like, I want to be, if you're using VR, like for me, I'd need to have a fan or something on. And there's a few things that make it less comfortable. There's also the practicality of it, like getting a VR headset set up when you're in the rig. For my job doing videos and jumping in and out of lots of different sims, I don't want to be having to set up VR every single time and recalibrating the safe space to play in while I'm sat in a seat. And I know that not all headsets will have those sort of issues that you have to redo, but whenever I've played in VR, I'm having to deal with those issues over and over again. So I just find that it's great for the odd experience. It was amazing when I was in VR simulators for a couple of years, playing in VR at the centre and helping customers experience VR for the first time. That is perfect. But as a kind of everyday sim racing experience, it's just not quite there for me yet. But one day it'll get there. Yeah, same Astro. I've got a fan on right now. Streaming without a fan on is a nightmare. Even though I'm in Scotland, and I know there's memes about how cold it is, it's absolutely melting hot every single time I'm sim racing. And I've got all the lights on as well. I've got the camera, the lights. Right, let's just close that so we don't have any issues. It gets very, very hot. Cheers, Thierry. Cheers, Starry. Hey, pit stop worked. We're good, we're good. Once I'm out the pits, it's just, we're home and dry, just need to keep it going. Just need to keep it going. Yeah, that's fair, Casper. Oh, wow, yeah. Yeah, I mean, we're not that hot, but it's a different kind of heat in the UK. If you've ever seen social media clips about like Americans or anyone coming over to the UK thinking it's going to be cold and then complaining about how horrible and muggy it is with lower temperature, that is true. It is disgusting, but that kind of heat must be crazy. You absolutely need to be cooled down. Although is that I'm trying to think as well. You'd be 45. Is that centigrade? Yeah, that's centigrade. You said C. I know there's a lot of people that do Fahrenheit as well, which gets very confusing to me. Alright, 2.5 more laps to go and we'll get this Clio Championship. wrapped up, and we'll see what's on offer. And we'll do the start of the next season at least on this stream as well. Yeah, I mean, that's a big number, Casper, but it doesn't mean much to me. But for everyone who's watching in Fahrenheit will understand. 113 Fahrenheit, so yeah, 45 degrees, that's very hot. That's insanely hot. Hey, Lewis. How are you getting on? Did you enjoy your time at Silverstone on the weekend? Thank you, Thierry. My head's down, although I'm going to keep looking at chat, and I promise that wasn't me being distracted. We got this. We're first to the cars that have pitted. Yeah, I hope you're doing well, Lewis. You missed me talking about how Stephen Hood said to us that the career mode for Le Mans Ultimate is going to be the best career mode in racing, or he thinks it's the best career mode in racing games. Oh, awesome! That's good. Was that their first like time at a big circuit, or is that something you've done a few times? But that's amazing. The sounds and everything must have been great. Oh, you've been here for a while. Nice. Oh well, hope you're doing well. We thoroughly enjoyed our Le Mans Ultimate team race last stream, which was a week ago today actually. Myself and Yerne and Ross took part in the first ever driver swap race on LMU. I know some people in the comments have already mentioned that you're watching that, which is cool because it was one of our biggest streams in this sort of setup at Traction, where I'm just kind of streaming whatever I'm doing on the sim each week. But it was so much fun, really good fun. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Yeah, it was insane. Yerne was, and the thing is, you know that like Yerne is such a good driver, he was giving it absolutely everything. He had nothing left on his tyres. We obviously used our tyres a bit earlier in the race, and the chap in second was absolutely rapid as well. So it was scary. Were you in the car that was in our split, the 397 car? I think you were. Yeah, it was crazy. And I was getting so scared whenever we were getting with the traffic, and the guy in second that was chasing us down was was so like risk. What's the opposite to risk averse? He was very comfortable taking all sorts of risks in that last stint, and track limits as well, like just flying over, like doing everything he could to catch us. And I mean, he did, but thankfully, like I reckon we were 1 or 2 corners away from losing the win. Like it was after 6 hours. First driver swap event for the win of a race with no yellow flags. It came down to less than a second, and that gap was closing by 3 to 4 seconds a lap because we had no tyre. So it was literally like 2 corners away from losing the win. It was unbelievable.
Your lead over second place is 1 second.
Oh, hey Ross. Speak of the devil. Oh, nice, Lewis. Good to hear. Oh, you were in the other car. Yeah, you were doing it with DK and BRT as well, right? I knew that. I've just forgotten because we had Gibbons in our split. Where did you guys finish in the end, Lewis? Yeah, look, we're good. Last corner, lap 5. We're gonna take the Clio Cup trophy that we nearly got last season, but we deserved it this time. I did qualifying, so it made it a lot easier. But hey, despite the odds against us with the pit stop issues, hey, we made it. What's next? GT3 was so competitive as well. Like obviously we won hypercar, but there were less hypercars than GT3s, and I was looking at the lap times in the GT3 race, and wow, like super competitive. I'm sure Split 2 was exactly the same, so good effort. We'll find out more Simote next week by the sounds of it on the next driver swap events, so keep an eye on the Le Mans Ultimate socials, and we might, I don't know if we report on the announcement of driver swap races I guess that's a decision when the news drops, but either way, you can keep up to date with everything, or most things, on the Traxion website, whatever we can cover in a day. There we go, fastest lap as well in that one. Not as fast as Sebastian's lap from race 1, but we got the bonus points for the race 2. And there we are. We've won our first championship, and we've now received new contract offers in our inbox, or we can renew our contract and try and defend our trophy, which we're not going to do. But there we are. Rockford Rennsport Renault Clio Cup champions. Oh! Cutscene-ish. Renault Clio champion. I don't remember this part. This is cool. There we go. 6 wins, 232 points. Sam was second in the end, Sebastian third. I mean, we gapped them. We won both races. Did not expect it at Brands, I'll be honest. Thanks, Thierry. Thank you. We've got mail. Okay, so we've got an invitation to the Dubai Kart Masters Cup. So that's another invitational karting event on the 4th of April. That's cool. So we're getting a few invites here to invitationals, which we might be able to do. Actually, I think that we can do the karting invitational before the start of next season. There it is. So November the 3rd, we've got our Glencairn Kart Club Trophy invitational event. Let's just mute the music.
Invitational races cover a wide variety of cars. Early vintage open wheel racers, street cars, classic GTs, insanely powerful supercars, and many more.
I'm not sure if you can hear this well enough, but they're essentially extra races that don't count towards your career main series and the tier system. But you do complete them to win accolades and tick them off the list, essentially. If you win every single invitational event, you know, you can complete the achievements for the game and everything. So it's basically giving longevity to the career, but it adds a lot of events. So there we are. I think we'll do it, though. It's 3 rounds, so, but we've not done karting, so let's just have a bit of fun. There's our kart. We can pick a livery as well. We'll go with the pink one for the traction. 3-lap race. Let's just do it. Try and remember how karting works. Straight into a sprint race as well, no qualifying. And I do not remember the track, although I'm sure it'll come flooding back to me pretty quickly. Glencairn was the first track I remember really getting into in Project Cars, but it's just the layout doesn't live in my head these days, so we'll see what happens. But it's invitational, so it doesn't really matter. I quite enjoyed it. I quite enjoyed the karting in this. Okay, I forgot that it's a shifter kart. Oh, wait, okay. This is going to take some getting used to after the Clios. Oh, okay. Force feedback is funky. It's intense. And it's not a Clio. And there's a jump. Why is there a jump? I don't remember that part. Anyway, we're P7 out of 12. It's only 3 laps, so we've just got to fire through with this and learn on the go. But it feels very much like being thrown in the deep end, because we didn't do the karting championship, obviously, which you'd normally think about doing in a career. Oh, what a move over the jump. Up into P6, we're mid-pack. That's alright, actually. I think I'll take that for the first race. Oh my goodness, okay. Yeah, cutting over the curbs is not the best way to do it. Forced out wide. I mean, what is this track as well? It's absolutely mental, this layout. It's a death wish in a kart. It's going to be P9. Can we get P8? No. Wow, okay. No time to breathe, but there we are. That was a lot. I can imagine those. That's just very, very intense. We're only 5 seconds off the win, so I mean, we got no points. Oh, it's top 8 points. Okay, we'll rattle through this then. It's just also the blinding sunset as well doesn't really help. And now we're starting, it's 4 laps this last race, we're starting P9, so it's starting where you finish, which is not great. But we know the track a bit more, we're actually P10. Trying to avoid the curbs. No good move. Oh, watch the tire wall. Can't see a thing. Don't know how much you can see. But it can't be less than me because I can see nothing. Oh, I went for the move, but there was contact. Predictable. This is the most... I mean, I literally am... I cannot see a thing. Oh! We're somehow P7. 2 laps to go. Starting to slightly get the hang of the track, let's say. So I feel like in qualifying now I would probably stick it near the front. P6, sneak through, and then we can get... I think we're faster over this jump at the end. So I can pull down the inside. We get another move done, that's P5. 1 more lap to go, let's see if we can get 3rd. 2 more moves in this last lap. No, I don't even think we're going to get 1, but we'll try. Oh, that's a grass. Oh! Okay, P5, we got some points. And then you can go flat out over the finish line, so... That's tiring, that is. Right, okay, 5th, we got some points. Let's just see what the next one is. We got 5 bonus points for what, fastest lap, maybe? It's saying we finished 3rd on the podium on that last race, but... And we got 5 bonus points. I don't really know what's going on there. We'll take it. We will take it. Okay, we've got a new invitational invite. Oh. Hang on, game's minimized. Chat's gone. Right, back on. Okay, so we've got more invitational events. So we've got a Road TC Euro Championship. So that's more. I don't really like... I can keep doing these invitationals, but I don't think it matters for our main progression for this stream. And obviously there's so many invitational events we could do. I don't think I should really continue on with them. If like I kind of want to get into the next season. And I think there are other invitationals that might be more fun to try out. So I think we should maybe give this a skip for now. We can't really... we have to enter it, I think. I don't think we can actually skip it, can we? Unless we just skip to the next season. But no, we haven't signed a contract yet, so I don't think we can do that either. I think we're just going to have to jump into it and then... Hey, I mean, it's... We'll get to see a new track. Glencairn West this time, 0.28. We'll tell you what, we'll start the race and we'll see how it goes. And we can always... If it goes mental and we can't see a thing, we can always quit. I'm finding it at least enjoyably challenging. Like, I think to try and win this championship is a fun challenge. I should have done a clutch start. Oh, sorry. I've just got over the top of someone, I think. Perfectly fine, I'm sure. I can't actually see, because it's dark, I can't really see the edges of the track very well either. Like, we're now on the grass. But the difference between the edge of the circuit with no curb and the grass is, like, actually not that visible. Oh. My goodness. Then knocked off. That was my fault. Right. I think we've seen enough. I think we've seen enough. Actually, no, we have to... We can't even retire. We can exit, but I'm not sure that'll actually give us the progress we need. We seem a little bit kind of committed here to the Invitational, considering you can't even retire from it. We're almost done anyway, so it doesn't really matter too much. We're going to come last though. No points, because you need to be top 8 for points. Right, that's that one done. Somehow still 5th in the championship. Yeah, I'm pretty sure if I click exit right now, it's going to lose progress. Let's just try. Yeah, I'm not going to be invited back. I don't think there'll be anyone left to invite me back because they'll all be in hospital. Did I actually do the thing? Main race session 2 out of 2? Yeah, okay, so... Yeah, it's fine. We're going to have to essentially do the second race. Wild. It seems strange that you can't actually skip it or retire from it. It looks like we're just going to have to do it. But I don't mind. Like, I'm not enjoying the challenge of trying to win these races, but it's not exactly the progress that we necessarily wanted. But hey, let's see what happens. P11. No one's going karting with me anyway, Thierry. It's fine. It changes nothing. I'm finding it very triggering though that it's so dark and I can't actually see the grass very well. It's also probably not helped by the fact that I've got these bright lights for the streaming around the rig. Try and be sensible and learn the track and take it a bit easier. 5 bonus points for fastest lap, I think. This has been a better showing. Okay, that was good. That was actually that was a good lap with a decent move. Making progress. Oh, I always forget about the slow right there. In the points. Excuse me. Okay, that works. You can actually get invalidated for off tracks, that's good to know. The funny thing is, oh my, yeah, that's not. Sorry, that's not going to get us an invite. You can actually see more from like the helmet cam, so maybe we'll do helmet cam for the next one. Ah, there's no pit lane. Interesting. So it's maybe to avoid a game glitch or something. It's very bizarre. Hey, we got fastest lap. 5 points. We're actually fit top 5 in the championship. So, you know, if I could just sort out the next one. I'm sorry for the death. I really am. It's like public karting. I'd be sin-binned for sure. What have I done now? Okay. 2 more... letters in the or 2 more emails in the inbox. Shame, good racing. Okay, they're just annoyed about my bad driving. Hey, I'm getting forced to do this against my will. I know I may have signed a contract with you to take part in these events, but I feel a little railroaded here, Galileo. I don't know how I'm allowed to drive. I'm surprised they haven't actually disqualified me. So we're doing the full Glencairn layout now. I've lost my voice. So this is the track I'll probably remember. I say that. Let's see, but if I'm going to remember any of them, it's going to be the full layout. Are we on pole? No. All right, let's go from the helmet cam because I think it's actually a bit clearer. You can't see the cart, but that's fine. I can see where I'm going. Someone's pushing against me and I can't see them. That doesn't help. This is not a safe venue for karting. I feel like these elevation changes and curves are not safe. Sorry. Some chase camming. Oh! Chase cam sort of makes more sense in these karts, I'll be honest. Can't make any moves. No, that didn't work. Curve didn't work. Oh, more contact. And I'm after all of that, back to last. Right, fastest lap, 5 points. Maybe that's for feature race only. Yeah, this probably wouldn't give you the best first impression for physics, would it? Starting your career in go-karts. You do get used to it a little bit, but it's still bizarre. It's because the track's so... oh dear. The track's so full of elevation changes. The kart's just horrendously unbalanced. Anyway, it's going to be last. One more race, and then we'll get into the second season. These are not real tracks. No, Glencairn is a fictional... I believe it's Scottish, because Glencairn is the most Scottish name I've ever heard in my life. So yeah, I believe it's based in Scotland, but it's fictional. We're 8th in the championship, right? Finale. Come on. Go back to the original view. It's dark. We've got no lights. The track's got lights, but they're not really helping us see anything. Right. Same circuit, so at least we know where we're going this time. 12th to 5th challenge commenced. Nope. You just got to have the steering straight when you go up the rises, basically. I'm trying not to do that. I'm trying so hard to find the space to get past them without crashing, but there's just too much movement going on. We'll see if we can make it 3 fastest laps out of 3. Shortcut. Oh, we're last anyway. Yeah, this is the karting is worse than I remember it. Oz, I think you're onto something by saying you remember it being rubbish. I think there's potential for it to be okay if you get into a rhythm with it, like find your lines, and that's just it's too messy, I think. And yeah, there's probably an option to turn the brightness up somewhere, but we're almost done. Oh no, lost it again. Oh, too much overcorrecting. We'll get fastest lap in the last lap, don't worry. Catching the pack. Can we get 1 position in fastest lap? No, just fastest lap, hopefully. It was a good last lap. Oh well, it's done. It's done. Oh yeah, now imagine it on a controller. Oh no, I don't think I can. Did we get 5 points? Did we get 5 points? Yes. That's it. We got fastest lap in every round, so the potential was there, but the final result was not. We came 8th from the championship. Ah, well. Anyway, moving on. Yeah, too many crashes. Right, end of season. This is what we wanted. Review your contract to continue with the next season of your career. 5 emails. What is it going to be? And then we're going to have to do a poll. Right, I can already see some interesting stuff coming in. So first of all, we've been offered to extend our contract with Clio's. I'm not going to do that. But I'm going to straight away, before I read all these carefully, I will go through them. I'm going to set up a poll here. We've got Formula Golf, GT5, or GT5. So, the question is, guys, do you want me to do GT5s, or do you want me to do Formula Golf? So let me get a vote going here. Two seconds. And then I'm going to go through the options while we are voting. Okay. Poll is live, guys. Get your votes in. So GT5, Mick, is Ginettas. So it's just it's not quite Ginetta Juniors. It's like a slightly bigger Ginetta than a Ginetta Junior, a bit more powerful, but not as powerful as a GT4. It's like low downforce. Almost like a kind of MX-5, let's say. Something like that. So rear-wheel drive. Great little cars in real life. A good friend of mine raced in Ginetta GT5s, fighting for the championship a few years ago. There's been lots of great drivers in that series in the past. Likes of Gordy Much was racing in it. Abby Pooling also raced in Ginetta GT5s. Josh Malin. It's close at the moment. GT5s are edging it. I'll set a timer. I'll set a timer on my phone, and that's when we'll end the vote. And I'll read through the team offers. So we've got 2 minutes. That's what we're giving this. Okay, so the offers are Formula Golf from Silverback. Here at Silverback, we would be honoured if you would accept an offer to come and drive for us. Silverback has been a competitor for over 23 years with a strong heritage of family and openness. I always like that. With our engineering team already hard at work on further improvements to our Formula Golf 1000, we believe we have a strong chance of success. Okay, that's a good offer. Final Drive is also Formula Golf. After an unanimous decision, we'd kindly like to extend an offer to drive for Final Drive. Well, unanimous is a good start. As you may know, Final Drive was established in 2004 and has been a key force in the Formula Golf ever since. With our competitive car and you behind the wheel, we believe the team in the car would be capable of winning the next championship. It's quite ambitious. I like the openness and the family of the first team. The second one, I like the fact that it was a unanimous vote. Good options. Then you've got Torque Riders for GT5. Here at Torque Riders, we'd be honoured if you would accept an offer to come and drive for us next year. We've been a competitor for over 5 years and a strong heritage of family and openness. Well, that's copy and paste. Hang on. Are these AI driver contracts? We can't be having that. With our engineering team already hard at work on further improvements, we believe we have a strong chance. Yeah, that's the same message. Okay. I've exposed Torque Riders and Silverback. You guys are copying each other's emails. It's AI. We can't be having that. Red Raven Racing would be honoured if you would consider coming to drive for Red Raven Racing next season. We believe Red Raven Racing is a strong position to reach great success with our new Ginetta G40 Junior. So it's Ginetta Juniors in this game. It's saying G40 Junior. And all the more so with you at the wheel. So I don't know if it's Ginetta Junior Power or if it's like just the chassis that's the same. It's guys, it's literally 50-50 on the vote right now. Come on, we've got another 14 seconds and it's 50-50. We need some more votes. Formula Golf 1000, I think it's 1000, or GT5s, Ginetta GT5s. Right, I'm leaving it open. We need one more vote, or someone change their vote. Next vote wins. It's Formula Golf. It's Formula Golf. I drove Formula Golf briefly in the last one, and it didn't go so well, but I feel like with a bit of practice we'll be okay. It's Formula Golf that wins. You guys were literally 50-50 the whole way. I love it. Okay, we better accept an offer then. So we're going to go with Final Drive, because we established that Silverback and Torque Riders are actually both AI bots. So Final Drive with their unanimous decision. Here we go. We've got a little video as well.
This is Formula Golf 1000, an open-wheel formula series unique to the UAE region, featuring the FG championship sport consisting of 2 rounds and 2 races per round. All race finishers will earn points, and bonus points are awarded for fastest qualifying time and fastest race lap time.
Okay, bonus points, fastest lap, and qualifying.
The pit lane is open for repairs and tire changes, but no refueling is allowed during qualifying or races.
Okay. Sprint races, it's fine. There was actually a small period of time where I was almost driving these cars. And I can't remember the details, but I remember looking deeply into this championship as a potential to be driving in Formula Golf. And as I say, I can't remember what the details were, if it was a team I was speaking to that were running in the championship or what it was. It's just a little memory in the back of my head that I looked into this, because I remember going and researching all about the championship and trying to find out more about it. So it's cool to be driving these cars in the game. Okay. The Clio team was shocked but respected our decision. Hang on. I just realised my alarm's going off for the timer. I was like, what's that music? Okay, and then we've got, well, look who the cat dragged in. Just kidding, it's great to have you with us. Pete Borish, your race engineer. Okay, we've got Pete on engineer, but don't worry, Thierry, you've still got your role. We'll make sure that we don't break the game. Right, let's get on with it then. So, Formula Golf, season 3 of our career begins. Now I think we've got an invitational straight away, which is road cars, road touring car Euro Championship around Oschersleben. But I think we'll leave that for now. We're going to focus on the title championship. So these are all invitationals you can choose to race in, but there are so many that you can come back and do them next year, for instance. So jump to the next event, which is the Dubai Kart Masters. So super karts around Dubai Autodrome, which is pretty cool. Again, another invitational. Just a 1-round sprint race and main race, which is cool. But we're not going to bother with more karting because we've just done enough karting. We're going to jump in to round 1 of the Formula Golf Championship. Only two rounds in the Formula Golf Championship, so this should be a very quick season. Interesting. All right. So let's go straight in then. Dubai Autodrome qualifying. 100% difficulty. Let's just see if it's let's see if it's possible. Oh, cheers, Thierry. See you later. Thank you so much for watching and joining and helping as always. Yeah, there was a pretty small video, wasn't it, in the middle of the screen? Okay, so fuel-wise, can we actually change the fuel? Don't know if we can. There's my force feedback settings for this car. Oh, it's specific to the car. That's interesting. That's not actually force feedback settings. All right, let's just get out there and drive and see if we can, if we have any pace whatsoever.
Go, go, go!
Yeah, if it was a humid heat at those temperatures, it would be a wet track. All the sweat dripping off my driver straight out onto the tarmac. Just giving you a quick look at the car. Okay, so I've got to get used to the handling. Rear-wheel drive, not a huge amount of downforce, but obviously very different to the Clio. Try and remember how to drive. Yeah. Oh, interesting. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. It is, whenever I go on holiday and it's anything above like 35 degrees, it's just absolutely horrendous. So I can't imagine what it's like upwards of 40 and with all the humidity and everything. I've also got to relearn this Dubai Autodrome track. If I can follow someone, which I need to get some more speed in the car to do, but if I can just hang on to the coattails of someone to learn the track at least, that'd be very helpful. Do not have much grip at all. Oh, just turn in and you see how quickly the rear steps away from you. It's like a Clio, but for different reasons. Right, last corner. I'm just trying to follow this car in front. Just stay close enough that it's giving me a reference for where to brake. Use the slipstream. Okay, third gear for the first corner. I'm seeing it's a bit loud, so I'm going to turn it down a little. Bit of understeer. It's helping so much having that car in front as a reference. I'm not counting the cranes. I don't have the headspace to count the cranes and hit my braking points. Oh, look at that. Oh, same corner as last time. Okay, we're going to have to follow another car. This one. That lap's gone anyway. We seem to be faster on the straights, slower in the corners. That's generally the thing against the eye right now, which is normally the opposite in some funny ways. Don't know if our car's just set up for like low downforce, but I don't think so. I think it's more the AI that's the issue, or the weirdness, let's say. Oh, there he is. Oh no, current and next lap invalidated. Oh, so that contact is invalidated not only this lap, but the next one as well. And we've only got 5.5 minutes. Nightmare, right. I don't know if it's, I didn't look at the instructions close enough for qualifying either, but I'm going to have to just, I've got 5 minutes left. I'm just still trying to learn the track, get used to it all. So we will give it a chance. But I don't know if the second fastest lap also counts towards our grid position or not, or if it's just the one lap. But this is invalid anyway, which is very frustrating. Turned in nice and early there, works quite well. Over the curb. Slowly getting the hang of this car. And then there's this horrible hairpin where I keep losing it. Oh, double contact. Interesting. So the AI definitely do something different to me through there, and I don't know if I've got the ability to do what they're doing. Just those slow corners, I just have the understeer. That's the problem. And then look at this, just massive straight line advantage. And it's back to a slow corner. More contact. Right, we just keep it valid for this last sector. Give myself a bit of room so I can catch these cars. The handling is very strange in this car, like you just, very strange, oh, thank you so much, good luck. It's yeah, very strange characteristics to the cars in terms of the understeer on the way into the corners and the way the handling is. It just feels a bit off for a single seater. Like sometimes it grips up and it's okay, but a lot of the time it's just a bit funky. This is the one we need to be so careful. I haven't got around this corner successfully once yet. Just very strange things happen. I got hit again. But we're still alive. If you actually, I've just found out, if you brake while turning into the corner, the back swings around quite aggressively. Yes, yeah, R Factor is 20 years old is crazy, because R Factor 1, obviously it's modded very heavily most of the time, so you rarely experience it in its, like, let's say, original form. But I mean, considering that's 20 years old, it's absolutely ludicrous, because how good, you know, was the R Factor 1 experience with good cars on good tracks? Like, phenomenal. And some of the, I mean, obviously, a lot of what makes R Factor popular is the modding and everything, but actually, some of the original R Factor tracks and the original cars feel amazing. So yeah, it's definitely the sort of thing that we consider. I think I'm last. This is not good. I need to find more pace. I don't think I've got the pace. Try and push it a bit more and you just end up in those situations where you're sliding around. I'm going to get 2 more laps in. I think I might follow someone again because that seems to really help. Okay, yeah, he's diving down the inside. I'm just going to let them go. So many good league races on our Factor 1 back in the day. Yeah, you're right. It's crazy. ISI motor still going strong. Right, I've definitely got more lap time in this, so I'm not going to give up hope. I just need to learn. I mean, look at that. And I get spacked for good measure. So frustrating. Just very, very, very difficult to keep up with the AI and do what they do. This is the thing, the physics they're running on are totally different to the physics I'm running on, so you can fly past them on the straight, and some corners you can go so much quicker, and then there's other corners where you cannot do anything like what they can do. I don't know if it's just like setup changes or whatnot, but we just have understeer, and they grip up like the Formula 1. So try and follow this car. I'm going to catch him on the straight though, and then outbrake him into turn 1, hope he overtakes me later in the lap, and then follow him again basically. Nope, we're going to make contact there and I've got no control. Oh, and he's still there. I'm not doing anything. Thank you. Still hitting me. Well, we're qualified last, so it's not a good start, but let's just see what happens. You know, we're making our debut. There's more pace in the car, clearly. Let's see if we can race up, make a good start, and go from there. But if qualifying just ends on the dot, or you get to finish the lap you're on, probably get to finish the lap you're on. Yeah. Let's practice this corner once then. Yeah. Okay. Okay, let's jump into the race. 1:36, so we're actually, well, we are quite, we're quite a long way off. We're 9/10 off of the pole. Sorry, not off the pole, off of the car in front of us. But I know that we had 9/10 in that lap. Not much more. That's what's worrying me. So I think 2-lap race around here. Oh, we're probably looking at last place, but we're gonna give it a go. And if we feel like I can't get there, we'll see what we do in the second track as well. I don't know what the second track is, but it might be a case that we have to pull down the AI difficulty in future. But it's already 4 o'clock, so we'll just give it a go and see what happens. I shouldn't have simulated the session. I should have just returned to the pits and then skipped to the end. Come on. Project Cars is also our factor. That's interesting. We seem to be stuck in a simulating session screen at the moment. So we've had our fair share of glitches today. I know that the first pit stop was not really a glitch. That was just me not knowing that I couldn't pit at the same time as my teammate in the game. The second one definitely seemed glitch related. Either it just didn't let me pit because my teammate was coming in behind me, or the game did something funky and we got stuck in that menu, which I didn't know to click close. And then we had a game crash when I clicked on the replay, and now we're getting this as well. So it's not been fully clean. I think this is fully broken. So I'm going to have to quit out, but thankfully the game will be saved, so we will be able to join us back. We'll be able to join back in on the first race, right? Because we can skip qualifying. We've done qualifying, we failed. So let's just relaunch it and see. This Formula Golf Championship, though, 2 rounds is quite good. Keeps it short and snappy, and it's something I literally said wasn't the case earlier. I said the championships are obviously a bit longer and a bit more real, but this is the thing about Formula Golf is it is an actual short championship in real life as well. Like, Formula Golf is a kind of winter series. So you go over there and do the championship in winter, and it doesn't actually count towards, you can still have a full season and other stuff afterwards. So I guess that kind of works quite well. But in this game, where are we? Oh, September, yes, it's end of season, so it's a full season, but we're only starting the season in September, which is really interesting. Okay, race 1. We'll see how we go. Am I going to come last? I think I'm going to come last, because I think I'm actually going to be almost fast enough to make some moves, maybe pass some cars off the start, and then I think I'm going to get into contact. And as you've seen, contact is an absolute nightmare with AI, and I just end up like getting stuck with them and then binning it. So that's my prediction, is this race is not going to end cleanly, but I will do my best to try and make it end cleanly. Right, clutch start again. Oh, what a launch. Look at that. It's definitely going to help us out. Only three laps. Brake late for the first corner. Pretty good, pretty good. It's all downhill from here. Oh, I knew there was a car on the inside. Got a good straight line though, so we're actually already up into the top 10. This is where it gets dodgy though, into this corner. Wow, okay. Oh, yeah. Contact that I couldn't avoid from the AI car on the inside, and I still lost 2 places, but it could have been so much worse, to be honest. Kept it smooth over the bump. Car feels a bit different to what it did in qualifying, so that's good. We're actually faster than them in some parts, so we can still make progress if we're fast enough through the bits that we're rubbish at. No. Oh, and there it is. There's my prediction. Ah.
You better come in. It looks like you've got some suspension damage.
Tell you what, we'll do a restart. I've allowed restarts, so let's try a restart. Because that was going really well, and then I just got hooked. I basically cannot go for a move in any of the slow corners, because as soon as I go for a move, I don't have the grip level of the AI, and they don't know I'm there, or they act as if I don't exist, so they drive into me, and then we get hooked. So it's basically like I need to do unnatural things to avoid big contact with AI, basically. Which is not how it should be. Outside line worked well for me last time, so we're going to do that again. Close to contact up ahead, we'll squeeze through. Oh, hooked. Oh, contact. It's just terrifying. And I love that we've got the straight line speed. When you're not fast enough in the corners, it's good that we've got something. Okay. I'm sorry. I mean, there was nothing I could do about any of that, but... Look. Oh, it's like we're wet. Oh, man. I'm lucky I'm not damaged. I mean, I take no responsibility, but it's that was still pretty funny. Oh, and there we go again. There we go again. Oh, project cars. This is where you're letting me down. We should have stayed in the Clios. We should have stayed all cozy and warm and hibernated. The car looks okay. Oh, pain. I mean, my rejoin wasn't great, let's be honest, but I mean, it was already gone. It is exactly as I predicted, though. Like, to try and just... The problem is the AI cars do not care that you're there, and you cannot go any faster, so you're literally just turning the wheel and hoping that they don't just drive through your wheel or spin you off or do anything, and I feel like there's not much you can do without jumping out of the way and losing all your positions. Qualifying high would have helped, obviously, but we managed to make a lot of positions early on. It was all downhill. No, like, this series has not given me the same, like, let's say I'm not paying it the same compliments as I was when I was enjoying the Clio racing, but that is the reality of it. I'm also racing on 100 AI, so if I was to turn that down, maybe they would be a little bit more tolerable, but obviously in the Clios, it was 100 was good for competitive racing, and I still won the championship, so you don't want to make it too easy either. You just want it to be less crashy. I feel like I'm getting the hang of the track a little bit more now, so it'll give us a little bit of a better chance in the next one. We've got one more lap to get through, and then we'll do the main race. And someone else binned it, I think, because they went into the pits. We're not last, and they're still in the pit lane. 1:37.6, that's closer to their qualifying pace. Let's see if I can do a faster lap at the end here and see how close we get to the pole substitute time, which I think was a 36. Finally got the car slowed down for those corners okay. There's no one around me, it's fine. Curves are not nice. Stay away from the curves. Okay, it's P19. It's rubbish. I don't think there's any points for 19th in this series, but we'll find out. And then we've got our next one, which we'll see what happens. Yeah, Need for Speed Shift, yeah. Or Fast and Furious. Okay. Oh, we got 2 points for equal 17th for points. Excellent, right? Everyone who's basically in the bottom 4 gets 2 points. So it doesn't matter if you're last, doesn't matter if you DNF, you get same points anyway. Back foot in the championship for sure, but I think that's kind of obvious at this stage. Let's see what happens from 19th of the grid for race 2. Don't know how long this race is either. I'm thinking it'll be 3 or 4 laps. Probably 4 laps. Oh, 3. Okay. Right, we know we can make a good start, so let's do that. I actually jumped the start slightly there. I don't know if you saw it. It started creeping, but that's fine. Alright, come on. We just survive as long as possible. 3 laps is all we've got to do. Oh, interesting. The wheel's gone back to doing the vibration thing it was doing at the very first race of the day. That is interesting. So something is playing up with the force feedback. What have you guys heard that again? I'm just going to restart and fix this because it's very difficult to play with. So yeah, the force feedback, for some reason, it's making a horrendous noise whenever I turn a certain amount. And it's, I've never had that before on any other game, but it fixed it last time when I switched profiles and then went back on it. So I'm just going to do that real quick. I also just turned the force feedback off and back on. So I'm just going to literally copy what I did last time and hope that it fixes it. And we'll try that again. Yes, this is Project Cars 1, Henry. Yeah. I'm losing the will to race in the Formula Golf because of the AI are not helping me out here. They're not helping me out.
Keep an eye on the lights.
I'm not helping there. I'm not helping either. Okay, now we can start. We'll find out if the force feedback's fixed when we get to turn 1. Yeah, it's fixed. Very strange. Right, can we get through here without major contacts? I think so. I knew there was someone on the inside, so I didn't turn in, but that's fine. Whoa! Someone's diving on the inside. Okay, 4 cars are diving in the inside. Oh, we're locked. We're locked. Locked. Yeah. Unfortunately, it's just not possible. I'm not finding it possible, and I've got damage. The pain. We've got, well, you can see the steering's bent a little bit, but well, at least we're with the pack this time. Is that car in front on wets? I'm on slicks. Look at my tyres. I'm definitely on slicks. That car in front has definitely got grooves in the tyres. It must be a visual glitch. See? Maybe there were slicks there, but from a distance they were definitely wet tyres. Can we drag this damaged car back up through the field? Teammate. We'll get some more positions on the straight, but then we'll lose them in the corner. Not bad. Maybe I just need to, instead of leaving room for them on the outside, on the inside, I just need to park it. On the way into the corner, I just defend the inside and park it, and then maybe it forces them to go outside. That might be the way to, that might be the way to go. Damage didn't help. Under braking in there. Over my lack of talent. Okay, P15, so we're actually going to score more than 2 points. I'm just trying to imagine what would happen if we actually made it through lap 1 alive, because we were up in P4. Yeah, cheers, Nick Reynolds. Welcome to the stream. we've been having some mixed feelings. Let's say honestly, I've actually really enjoyed playing this game again on both streams. I've really enjoyed it, but obviously the flaws are coming out, and I'd already shown their teeth already in the last stream when I tried some of the cars in kind of a quick race mode. But the career mode's been really good fun. The Clios were great fun. That was accidental, but I was going to say we'll survive for 2 corners, but we didn't even survive. There are some pros and cons, and we're seeing the worst of it, I'd say, at this moment. But we've seen the best of it at other points. Yeah, defending the inside seems to work through there, so that's maybe what to do in future. We'll have one more round of this championship, of course. Don't know what track the second round of this is at. I can't remember. I think it might be the short version of Dubai. I think these cars maybe only race Dubai. Oh, I'm looking forward to having a straight car again, though. Okay, P16. It could have been worse, but it could have been a lot better. Oh dear. We'll see. Don't think we got fastest lap. And oh, it's 3 points that time. Hey, look, we managed to get 1 extra point, so that's what we needed. We're no longer on the absolute minimum. But we're obviously nowhere in the championship. In fact, we're last in the championship because other drivers that finished bottom 4 got a better result in another race. So, I mean, hey, this next race is just a bit of fun, and we'll see if we can actually improve our position. I think it's going to be the same track again, but maybe a different layout. I think. Dubai Autodrome. There you go. Right. I think we'll leave everything as it is for this, because it's an experiment anyway. And we'll just see how we get on. Okay, this is the full version of Dubai Autodrome as well, so it's a longer lap.
Go, go, go.
If I can just hit those apexes on the slow corners, we might have a chance. We'll see how fast the AI are through the new bit of the circuit that we didn't try either, because that's going to be the other key. But unfortunately, all of the bad corners that we found in that last layout are also lit corners in this layout, so that is going to be the challenge. Okay, so we're left. And then big long sweeping right from memory. Oh yeah, okay, that's good. These corners will suit us. Long sweepers, fast corners will definitely suit us. This bit probably won't. Ooh. So I kind of almost like turn 1 at Shanghai, long sweeping right, and then we go through this left and we're back onto rejoining the other track. So I think this layout might be better for us, slightly. But then there's still this corner, which is not great, I think, but it's not the worst. No big braking zone. Okay. We'll see what happens. Wonder if it's worth trying a different camera angle as well. See what the T-cam's like in this. Maybe see a bit more of what the steering wheel's actually doing in the game. See what happens. Onto the fast lap after this corner. Give that a go. We're going to try this T-cam for a little bit, just for something a bit different. It's not hurting us, I don't think. Giving us a little bit more visibility of what the wheels are doing. It's pretty alright. I don't know if Project Motor Racing is going to hit with the sim audience, but there's multiple facets to the sim audience. So I think it depends on which sim audience. If you're talking about like your iRacing, LMU, a set of Corsa audience, which I think you are, fresh cut flowers, based on the way that last sentence, the way you phrased it, is in like the not realistic enough sims. I think yes, I think that's exactly where it's going to fall, based on very brief thoughts driving it and not really actually trying anything near the final version. There's been a few opportunities for people to play it since I played it in Zurich all that time ago, and I only played it briefly. But based on that, even though, as I said earlier, the steering wheel and the way it was set up wasn't necessarily giving me a full flavour of what it's actually going to be like, I was having to kind of like just experience things on the fly and work out on the fly. I think that it is going to fall into the category of like, oh, it's not one of the most realistic hardcore sims. A bit like Project Cars was always viewed in that way. Like there's a little bit of Project Carsiness to it, but that doesn't write off the sim racing community. It just writes off that part of the sim racing community, because there are so many people that still to this day absolutely love Project Cars 2 and think it's a brilliant sim, and I think there's so many great things about it, as well as the fact that the driving is maybe not quite as good as some of the other sims. So there's multiple facets to it. Let's see as well what the single player features are, the career mode, because all these things are mega important for people that don't get to experience those things on these more hardcore realistic sims, let's say. So Project Motor Racing is going to have a lot going for it, but I don't think it's going to be, unless the physics change between when I tried it and when it's released, I don't think it's going to be right up there, yeah, with those ones that are considered the most realistic of all. Hopefully that makes some sort of sense. I know what I'm trying to say, but it's kind of like, it feels like it could be a kind of future version of what Project Cars 1 and 2 were, if that makes sense. Which I guess with AMS2 also is kind of, it's always a discussion. But it doesn't, but I'm not saying, like, in my little playthrough, I'm not like, oh, that felt like AMS2. It's like its own thing. It was unique, but there were some issues that I felt like they needed to iron out. I said that in our hands-on video. Just some slightly strange behaviours every so often. Okay, guys, we're P1, and I'm up again. All that chat helps. Yeah, exactly. But I think a lot of people are the same as you as well, and that's it. Like, if you really enjoy the Project Cars games and you're not worried about those few little particular behaviours that don't quite make it as realistic as some other sims, but you really like a good career mode in single player, then obviously, like, that's still a great game, and I think that's where Project Motor Racing is going to sit, to be quite honest. I think we've sorted this car out a little bit, guys. Like, I know the track layout helps, because I think we're gaining a lot more in those new bits, but I'm actually kind of hanging on just about in the slow rubbish stuff, and I'm much quicker in fast stuff, and it's actually meaning that we're on pole and we're up again, so maybe I've sorted out for this next round. It's just the problem is racing the AI, that's going to be the issue. Trying to actually survive the contact. And I think maybe going for T-cam like this maybe helps, because I'll be able to see them when they're right next to me a bit easier. So I can maybe avoid some of the incidents. Okay, 2 laps done. And I think it's going to be faster again. Yeah, 4/10 faster, okay. Are we actually going to be pole position here? We're 8/10 clear. It's the complete opposite. We were like 8/10 behind everyone last time. 9/10 behind everyone. Now we're 9/10 ahead. The turnaround, the comeback. Maybe we can still get a good championship result. I'm not going to speak too soon. Right, come on, let's finish this season. 2 more races, and then we'll call it there. And we'll see where we're at. See what contract offers we get for next season. Let's see if the T-bar helps a little bit in the race. But having said that, if I can run away 3 laps again, I don't need to worry about the AI if I'm ahead. That's the thing. If I'm fast enough to break away, we're fine. So it's like you're either first or you're last in this by the looks of it. See, this is why I didn't turn down the difficulty level as well. You just got to wait and see with games like this. And you'll definitely have you'll always have your strengths and weaknesses. Like some tracks you'll be better than others, but this just feels, the balance is all over the place. I'm driving it better, to be fair. Like if I went back and did that first qualifying again, I reckon I'd be at least not last. 2.2 clear. Yeah. I think there's a lot of people that actually find Project Cars 2 was their first like proper sim racing experience, to be honest. Like, it was different for me because I was sim racing from quite a young age. Like, I was sim racing in R Factor and iRacing and all these things from like as young as you were allowed to be. Like I don't know how old I was, like 12, 13 or something. And I was, you know, doing competitive league racing from that sort of age. So I got really into the hardcore sim racing very early. And by the time Project Cars came around, I was already 17, I think. So when this game actually released, Project Cars 1, it was 2015, and I was doing my first circuit racing season, so I would have been 17. And I was racing, I was actually, the cars I had experienced, weirdly enough, when this game came out, this sort of car, like the Formula Golf 1000, is probably as close as you'll get in this game anyway to the car I was driving at the time, which was a 1000cc bike engine single-seater, but it was for sprinting and hill climbs, so it was a lot lighter, lots more downforce. But power-wise, it was probably about the same as this. About 140, 50 horsepower or something like that. But I think Project Cars 2 was like that era where sim racing was slowly growing, and I noticed that in the league racing that we were doing, and there was just more interest in it, and it was less of a, you know, it became more competitive. More people started picking it up, more people started getting wheels, better wheels were getting made. That's always a big part of it. Like when the hardware improves, more people get brought into the hobby, really. We need to stay focused because we're only 2.2 seconds in the lead, which is what we were on lap 1. We're actually 3 seconds now, I've said that. So it's not over. I actually don't remember that. I don't remember having to pay to play R Factor 2 online. Weirdly starting to get more consistent in those slow corners, and I said it would take time to get used to and you would get better, but I know it doesn't look as bad when I'm not up against the AI. Like if the AI were here, they'd still be putting me to shame through those corners, but it's feeling a little bit more, I'm getting the hang of how the car actually behaves and how to control it into those corners now, which I didn't have at the start. He says, sliding horrendously into another slow corner. Right, one more lap. 2.4-second lead over the line, right? I need to try and get the fastest lap of the race as well for some extra points, so I'm going to do my best. 1:58.0 to beat for myself in the last lap at least. Chuck the car in. Getting the hang of this opening sector quite well. We're gapping them a lot, I think, through here. Slide it through the right-hander. That was better. Nice. Oh, we're actually slower than our PB. Interesting. Yeah, I genuinely don't remember that. I'm sure I would love to go and see what R Factor 2 looked like in version like 1.0, or well, wouldn't it be in version 1, would it? Because it was early access. It was basically a demo for years, wasn't it? But I would love to go back and see the original version of R Factor 2 now, just with the UI and all that, and I think it would bring back so many memories. But I do remember the whole package system being, obviously the package system lasted quite a long time and still kind of there at the end, but what I mean is like the way that the package system was presented was so strange at first. Like it was such a sandbox. going to be too late to win this championship, but maybe if we can get 2 wins here, we will, you know, we'll obviously score a lot of points, fastest laps, pole positions. I think there's a chance we can sneak into the top 5 in the championship at least. But that's surely the fastest lap as well. Ooh. Let's see what happens in the standings. Like, we had such a disastrous first round, and it could have been so much better. Unfortunately, that's the way it goes. 26 points, outscoring heavily. We're up to 9th in the championship, but we're still, yeah, so we're 22 points behind Rahul. And then you've got Haytham and Adnan also very close to the top. So it's going to be a challenge to even get into the top 5, but we will we'll try and win this last race. Straight into it. I think it's 3 laps again. From pole position, so the qualifying's matched up.
We've made it to the final race. Go and wrap it up.
Oh. Oh, the HUD. No! Okay. So the HUD told me I was in first gear when I wasn't. So that was not a good start. That is a glitch I've noticed, but I forgot about. No, we'll stick to the sorry. That what am I looking for? There we go. Stick to that camera just in case we're in a battle, because I want to see if it's any easier to know where the AI are. That's already helped a bit, just knowing they're right on my corner. Already proved useful. Sorry about all the chaos. When I was changing camera angles quickly, trying to find the one I want, I usually, whenever I do that, I almost always skip past it multiple times. Right, now that we're clear a little bit, we can go back to cockpit cam. I've not noticed any strange reflections in the bottom right. I've not been looking for it, to be fair. Oh, that was better. A bit of a lift and coast into the slow corner worked quite well. So 3 laps once again, no pit stop, exactly the same format as the first race. No. Tried lifting, I got too confident. Got too confident. No, wrong button. Oh my goodness. Sorry guys, all over the place. Contact. Didn't even know they were there. Oh, yep, and there you are. Locked in. And that's it. Oh, it's so frustrating. So you just, as soon as you get into a battle, it's just so difficult to keep on top of it. Very, very frustrating. I'm going to do one restart because we've got big damage. I kind of want to see if it's, like, what I might do is just pull over to the side a little bit, let a few cars go past, and then just see if I can race them from this angle. Just to see if it's any easier, because obviously when we actually got into a battle there, I was in cockpit and I wasn't ready for it. Let's just let some go by. And we'll see if we can actually survive at all in a race. Look at the track limits. The car from P4 just nowhere near the circuit. Ambitious. Definitely gain more from, yeah, that's a better line through that corner than I was doing before. That's my teammate. We know we're slower in the second half of the lap though, so it's fine. Just going to survive this hairpin. Interesting, got locked in on the curve there. My fault for running wide, I'd say. Okay, still alive, 3/10 to P4. held position. Okay, then we should have the pace again, second half of the lap, or first half of the lap, I should say. So see if we can get back to P1. Just wanted to see if I could actually survive in the field for one lap, and we did. Being a bit extra careful, not being right in the midfield. We can just drive right in here. I'm not going to wait for them to make a mistake because it's too slow. I need to get past them while I'm faster. There we go. Slightly more natural feeling all of a sudden. Okay, new line through that corner, much better. Still learning. And now we need to do race win and fastest lap for the points. We've got a lap and a half to go, and we'll see how far up the standings we climb. We'll see what contract offers we get offered for next season before we end things today. They just don't gain that much. See, if you stay to your racing line on the inside and when you're not actually alongside them, they don't seem to gain that much, even in those corners. I can kind of maintain a gap a little bit. It's like they see that I'm there and they just don't do anything stupid. It's bizarre. Okay, last lap. Head down, go for fastest lap. That was a 58.0. Let's try and do a mid 57. Finally getting into the groove of the car, I would say, a little bit. Still nowhere near natural, but I can actually drive it in a way that's semi-normal at times now. Not through all the slow corners still, but still much better than it was. Oh, it's that every time. Too wide. Little lifts in the right moments are really helping me get the nose of the car in as well and just keep it in the right place. It's still very tail happy, but just being gentle on the throttle in the right moments, it's starting to come together. Okay, last corner, 2.1 second lead. Try third gear, because we keep using second, we don't need to. Hey, we did it! We actually... Okay, interesting. Formula Golf might be winnable as a championship in this game on the hardest difficulty. Might be. Depends if you can get that first round right. We got 26 points. We're definitely not won the championship, but can we break into the top 5? It's going to be close. Bonus point for fastest lap. Lap time's almost identical for both races. We're not on the podium. We're not top 3, but I can't see. 4th. Oh, 1 point away from a podium. That's not bad. That's not bad. Considering the first round disaster. Let's see where we're at in terms of offers for next season. And then we'll leave it there for today. New invitational events. We're going to start getting loads of them in for every championship we complete. They add up pretty quick. So you've got the TD Brands Showdown Invitational. and the BMW 1M Eiffelwald Sprint Cup, historic TC2 UK Trophy. So yeah, loads of invites coming in, and your career really fills out from that point on, really. So let's just skip through the final invitational events. 4 rounds of that one, for instance. I remember doing that one, actually. The old Mercedes versus the Ford Escort. I remember that one. And then I've got, of course, the return of the Glencairn Kart Trophy, which we don't want to do. Right, season end. Let's see what contract offers we have. And it's just a Formula Golf renewal. We don't get anything else. So I guess we've got to accept that. So we can't even... hang on. Okay, for some reason I can actually go back and read my old emails from last season about my Clio Cup offers and my other GT5 offers. Well, I guess we're accepting the renewal and then hoping next season's a little bit more successful when we get to it. But I'm not going to do that today, guys. I'm not going to do it today. Maybe we will come back and do it later, though, and see if we can get further. Because I was actually really enjoying... playing through that again and getting better at the Formula Golf and beginning to get the feel of it. And the problem is you can't have a good race with the AI in those cars. You just have to be fast enough or you're tanked. But you would have witnessed all of that throughout. That's a really good question. I don't actually know if you get different offers if you do well in invitationals. It's actually... I don't know the answer to that question, which is interesting. Yeah, I need to look into it. I can't remember whether the offers... But I guess you'll never know, right? Unless you do the invitationals, do really well, and then don't do your main championship. And then if you get good offers, you know it's because of the invitational, but... Yeah. Really not sure. Either way, guys. I see Thierry's back as well. Welcome back, Thierry. Hope you're good. You missed some really bad races and then some very good races at the end. So we managed to get the Formula Golf just about sorted out eventually. But yeah, that's going to be it for today. I've really enjoyed it. It's had its ups and downs, as you've seen, but we managed to win the Clios finally, and then obviously in Formula Golf there, we've got the potential to take a championship if we can nail that first set of races, and I think we can. I've got more quality pace now, so perhaps we'll come back to it in future, but maybe next time, instead of jumping on Project Cars, maybe it's going to be Project Cars 2, or even Project Cars 3. We'll have to wait and see, but I know that all those things are on my list that I want to cover, so maybe we can compare the Project Cars and Project Cars 2 career modes from the start again. We'll have to wait and see. But thank you so much for joining as always. I hope you're all or up to something fun, I should say, this weekend. I know some of you are going to be at the NASCAR Cup Series, which is awesome. Maybe there's some other motorsport that you're going to be attending, or maybe you're going to be sim racing or doing something completely unrelated. Whatever it is, I hope you all have a fantastic weekend. Enjoy the rest of your Friday. And that's pretty much it. Cheers, Necrodogs. Thank you for joining. Inkta, Thierry, welcome back. I'm sorry I'm jumping straight away again once you're back, but we'll see you again next week, Thierry. Ohio Bigfoot Festival, nice. Enjoy, have a good time. Music festival is always a good way to spend a weekend. Cheers, everyone. Thank you. See you next time.